Hey, and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yay!
Don't worry, I tested it 3 hours ago.
Nathan didn't yay. We have to go again.
No.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Anyway, without further ado, we need someone to send me off. David, can you help me?
I sure can. Hey, we want to thank all those great people who have helped us make this amazing thing put together here. We've got Corinne Milne, JD Arts, Okie Deer, RPG Elements. Look for them in the notes below and go check them out. They're amazing people. Thank you so much for all your support. And also, if you'd like to support us, you can do so on Patreon. We're going to go back to you.
So, last time we left off where Finley was, you were fighting a dragon. You destroyed the body of the Draco Lich, while Finley and multiple people, hell, X went down, Sparks died, Todd died, got back to life, don't worry, but, in terms of your
She's all been there, done that.
immeasurable power that are from your fingertips, the shadow
From the other round, she dies and goes, yes! Damn it!
She gets pulled back in.
not quite.
100%
Oh no.
Oh, to be clear, I didn't even get 6 seconds of death. Mine barely.
No, yeah.
counts.
Yeah.
That was the least dramatic
It was the least dramatic power kill, half second later. Vedic does a hat trick with.
On the other hand, how would you like to be that person? Power word, kill your enemy! And, 1-2's back standing. Who the fuck brought the bunny back?
That said, yes, you guys made it through, but it was a slugfest. Everyone came out brutal.
Slugs, snails, a couple of aphids. It was wild.
You found yourself in the capital city of Bachmir in the Roshian Empire, on the overruling disc that was in a school. The headmaster of the Shadow Monarch, that was the headmaster of a specific school that I cannot remember off the top of my head.
I don't think it exists anymore, so...
It doesn't exist anymore, exactly, because it fell apart because
I'm sorry, who wants to be the ruler of this crater?
Todd finished off the Shadow Monarch, basically pokeballed her into your little soul lantern, which she,
I think
Yes,
I speak for
I
Todd when I
totally
say, gotta catch them all.
gotta catch them all.
Unfortunately,
They
like a
ruined
catfish in an aquarium with fish that are not catfish.
Well, it doesn't matter. You send her straight to the Raven's keep, where she is currently going on her.
The spirits, I crush her!
Jesus.
You rob the place, and then you rob the place because dimensional doors that lead to all over the city with a bunch of fairies that say loot everything.
Parentheses, we saved a bunch of fucking people.
With a semi-power vacuum situation of in the Verosian Empire that is currently going WTF for the next few weeks, you went back to the City of Roses in Hartkern, where you currently have been hanging out for the past, if I remember correctly, it was about a month of month-ish of downtime. Wanted to go see Spark's mother. Brought back a bunch of ships from the Verosian Empire that defected with your Juggernaut vessel with additional refugees. And I'm going to
I
start.
don't hear that part.
Yeah.
I
So,
think he's getting stuff mixed up.
no, I'm not.
There's a
We
pyramid in
didn't.
our front yard.
The ships we got from a different point, and we took them with and came back.
Yes, I'm not
But-
going in order of everything. I'm talking about just the footnotes in terms of
Okay,
situation.
because from that we did bring home refugees, but a lot of them were evil.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, evil, they defected in terms of we are not fighting you and we are following your orders, and you brought them back to Hartkern, and they're currently going under intense investigation.
Intense.
I'm talking about the hobgoblins.
Oh, the hobgoblins? No, I was talking about the soldiers,
Yeah.
the galleons, the Brosian galleons that were attacking slash
Right, but
defeated slash.
We got them before.
Yes,
They
yes.
came back through.
Yes. And then you also found goblins at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of chaos.
Lots happened.
A lot's happened.
Last time you speed through us like a solid month.
Yeah, sounds about right. So anyway, in short, at the moment, while you're currently in the city of Galdun, you have 5 additional Roshan galleons that are currently stationed in Hartkern, the City of Roses, with stationed and currently under intense investigation at the capital city Roses of Harkern. A full crew of 200 plus naval soldiers per Vosen gallon equals to 1,200 plus naval personnel that is currently lumped together with the rest of the surviving Rosian prisoners of war brought upon the last city incursion once upon a time before the reset of the universe, and also still part of this universe as well, now named in the history books known as the Battle of the Lost Suns. Between the war of a somewhat leadership crippled Veroscan Empire and now newly founded Harkern Nation, still rages on, soon to be rightfully named the War of Sentience. The prisoners of war growing to an impressive 1,843 Verosian troops that may or may not be loyal to the Child Prince. They're currently all assigned to making various homes for themselves on the outskirts of the Harkern city for basic necessities and stuff like that, as they currently go through intensive investigations, along with the goblins that are on the other side of the fucking city that have somehow, in their own strange, chaotic way of, like, I forgot what number I gave you offhand. What was the grand total before their numbers got reduced by 50%?
So, in total, we had 300 gnolls and goblins and hobgoblins.
Okay.
And that was after the final recruitment.
That's after the final recruitment.
Right. In terms of who showed up.
Because I don't think that was the numbers I gave you for the goblin camp.
I've got
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
notes. Let me answer.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 300 total, but we didn't have a split about those. We do know that half of the goblins made it back and a quarter of the gnolls made it back.
Yes.
So I would just need to know how many gnolls and goblins there were in that 300.
Gotcha.
And then I could do the math.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say that there were 100 let's say that there were 50 hobgoblins
Okay.
between within the 300,
Sure.
and let's say there was equally 50 gnolls in that thing as well. Now reduced by a fourth for the gnolls, so there's only
200 of them were just
200 goblins,
50
That's about the right
50
number.
goblins, 50 gnolls.
50
So,
hobgoblins. 50
Hobgoblins, we are going to have 25 left. Goblins, we're going to have 100 left. And gnolls, it's going to come out to about 12.
And the 100 goblins that survived are ripped, Rambo-looking motherfuckers.
Sure.
Because they found
Reminds me of me.
Yes. Well, they found out
In another universe.
And they found out a
Totally.
funny little way to tame velociraptors that involved 7 goblins waiting 32 minutes to let the food coma set in and then getting the nets to get those velociraptors to tame them and start riding them around.
Yeah.
Apart from that, additional refugees, there were the turtles that you rescued from the internment camp / slave encampment, about 800 souls there. The additional 200 souls from the refugee of Nuxvar, plus 100 livestock that you brought over with your family.
Oh, that's a lot of livestock.
Yep. We got the Mummy Lord situation. I don't know if you explained that to the...
Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Frank.
Yeah, Frank the Mummy Lord. That you summoned into being along with the, I believe it was Rosa, I keep forgetting her name. Anyway, the Mummy Lord that is currently actively trying to turn the Harkern capital city into a...
But we sent
legitimate-
some of the wizards in, so that's no longer happening because we sent wizards in to raid the place and kill Frank.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was a discussion, but I didn't confirm it in my head. Gotcha.
Yeah,
In that
I've
case,
got it written down.
their level with, total 8 wizards that are definitely going to be hiring a couple other people because they are not frontline fighters. That's a cinematic for another time. So after that, you hired the ex-professors, 8 of them from the Parawitty Academy of Mages that are no longer in existence, built a new school under Headmaster Vedic, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, that is currently
Much to
under...
his chagrin.
Yeah, unless you veto it, the school that they're erecting right now with the additional funds of the 120,000 gold pieces that they're holding in reserve for you until you decide what to do with it, but they definitely, since they're being sent to the front lines, they get a cut of it as well, is what their argument is. They would match that out before the actual fight, but we'll get to that nitty-gritty stuff later. The school is currently named the Dragonfire Industries of Arcane Studies, unless you decide to change the name for something else. the 8th
It
wizard.
doesn't spell anything obscure and rude.
All right, I want minors in mixology for everyone. I'll be over here taking the final exam.
I was about ready to say, for 200, Alex. I'll take. Never mind.
Anyway,
It was a good show. We're all
currently,
just still mourning Trebek. That's why we didn't laugh.
now, that was a lot going on. This is mostly for my own sanity of writing down, make sure I am accurate with the current
Your
information.
what?
My own sanity. Which
Your
is
what?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are currently in Gardoon, the city of dwarves.
Nope.
Yes,
I know.
actually. Oh,
Yes.
No. He's in media resing us much forward.
Yeah. The city of dwarves that had adopted a lot of animals in this universe that has been reset. The dwarven city. And yes, you heard me right. Everyone get ready to vomit. The dwarven city of Gardoon.
So
that
humans?
is a dwarven city that lives in an active volcano.
So humans.
Split in half, even now today. That has always split in half. From the mid base of the volcano all the way up as two giant dwarven figures at the center of where the where the lava tubes would normally be, but it has been hollowed out, and dwarven figures that have been holding up to each side as if the very dwarven statues themselves have clawed their fingers out and moved it outwards of two peaks of a single volcano mountain.
Here's Redbeard.
Yeah, it's over the top. How did you get here again? Did you just teleport, or did you bring the?
We teleported.
You teleported.
They teleported.
You
I flew in
teleported.
later.
Because I was going to say, if you brought the dreadnought, the
It was going to
flying.
take us a week to go to the dreadnought, so we teleported.
Okay, gotcha.
To give word to make sure that if we weren't
We
to bring the
teleported to the to one of the sitting rooms of the donut shop
We'll get to that later. Generally, you're currently standing over.
where they had teleportation holes. Holes.
So Ek is
Donuts.
So Ek is telling you about
We're
this.
just not laughing.
Yeah. So Ek, you're
I get it.
saying that
It's not
terrible
funny,
joke.
but I get it.
You're currently, in truth, you're currently standing over.
We're standing outside a coffee shop. Goes port
Nobody-
holes. Get it? Nobody gets it. Port holes.
Nobody gets me. Nobody
Just having a
gets me.
tiny espresso.
You're
Like, we
currently
get it. It's just
standing-
not funny.
I am literally having an existential crisis. Yes.
I got metal dice and I will. You're currently standing over the superheated air that is rushing up through the pillars of the volcano themselves, that where it used to be the dangling platforms of the Master Elder Forge, central point where the Tarrasque egg, time unknowingly, and to the dwarves, very unknowingly, they thought it was a fancy rock that might have been a geode.
Be fair, so did we.
Yep, in fair, so did you. That has been severed by the change as an act of Scorcher's policy from the dwarves of Gardoon, because a bunch of devil-worshipping cultists tried to take over the Elder Forge for whatever nefarious thing, as it plopped into the very soul of the volcano itself. As you guys are currently looking over the edge with just hot air blasting up from this almost very Lord of the Ring essence kind of situation. And honestly, Finley, to be reintroduced, you're currently just popping popcorn, just sticking the handle over the past where the magical barrier is keeping like functional, like I can breathe air versus like non-functional superheated air.
Got my cap back on.
Yeah,
I've got the popcorn turner going.
Yeah, there you go.
You've got this little cage on a stick that you just stick out and pull back, and it's full of popcorn.
Put it back in the
Through the
cupboard.
magical barrier.
I feel like it'd be like one of the little Chinese pressure
Like-
pots.
By the way, there is no railings here. This is the Dwarven City. There's no fucking railings.
Of course, this is survival of the fittest. If you
Alright, so
drunk and
that's an
stagger and trip over the edge, you don't survive to
that's an
produce more
ocean
children of your own.
violation, And that, guys, I'm gonna have to
Oh
write
shit,
this
is that
down.
And I'm literally just
She's just writing
Meanwhile,
citations.
yeah, you literally see dwarves taking raw, like very superheated, like iron, and lifting it up with two massive hammers just coming in and of like it will crush your hand if it doesn't like hold it in place kind of
I
situation.
have no issues with the fact that you are holding molten material. I do have issues with the fact that you're letting giant crushers come towards your hands.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of nonsense of like this is stupid.
like I have no idea what these guys are doing. My hair is on end, and I am just like, no.
Workers can't live like this. This is absolutely absurd.
None of this is acceptable.
Who knew that? death bunny would be so concerned about life and safety.
It's not the life and safety, it's the death.
Oh, it's a death bunny.
Popcorn?
Sorry. Yes, please. Thank you.
If
I needed
anyone
something to
had
fill my
taken
mouth
this-
because I'm not saying the right things right now.
If anyone had taken this stuff seriously, when I was alive, I would have had a very different death. That's all I'm saying.
It would have
Again,
taken longer.
Concerned with the death aspect.
Would have been significantly more unique.
Fair enough. All right.
And I'm not dead, and I'm not a death bunny. I'm not dead.
Well, you deal with the dead.
Undead bunny.
I am not undead. I'm not dead.
I didn't say you were a death.
He
I
said
didn't say you were a dead bunny.
She's
I mean,
a dead.
A death
A dead.
bunny, as in
Not
you
dead.
bring death when you want to.
I'm not a scholar.
and-
Oh, so you're a death turtle?
She's a deadly bunny.
Uh-huh.
She's
Go with it.
Well,
Go with it.
Eat your popcorn.
if you want to. My cowls like.
Alright, I need to come up with what OSHA stands for here.
What OSHA stands for.
Not our
Cast your vote now.
Specifically.
Write it in the text below. Come on, give us comments on what OSHA stands for.
And any good OSHA, we will not read it.
I feel like it should be an orc joke. Orcs should have something.
Or should have something, yeah.
Orcs should have armor.
Orcs should have armor.
It's entirely up to you on what you want to do now. Quinn, even though he's not here at the moment, said something about he wanted to go maybe persuade the dwarves/elves to get out of this city before it explodes.
Okay, so
which, by the way,
we need to
is not
convince
going to
them.
go well.
We need to
let me
convince
ask
them
a
that something
fantastically dumb question at this point.
Sure.
Where is the Tarrasque egg?
Currently in the throat of
We
the
lost it.
volcano.
In the,
Remember,
so
we were-
what do you mean we, Himosabi? The dwarves lost it. I want fault specifically placed in the blame of someone, not Vedic this
we
time.
were looking down into the volcano, over the edge.
That-
We saw the great center mass of chains gone and missing, and realized
Oh,
that the
they-
egg is now in
Oh, so see, Vedic wasn't paying attention. He was like trying to see how long he could get a strand of spit to go before it fell off.
The problem is it immediately evaporates because you're in the
It's
throat of
like,
the
look, it
volcano.
floats.
before the mountain gets split open, which is new to the people that were before this universe, but for this universe, it's always been in this fashion of before it's been split at the midway up. At the midway down, there's literally, you're in like below surface crust kind of situation. So it goes down for a solid 2 miles before it hits magma.
Do we want to go swimming or do we want to get the...
That's
And
what
you notice
OSHA
that-
stands for.
What?
Absolutely.
You
All right.
Overly safe hares, anxious about accidents.
that needs to be something. That needs to be something.
Oh, it's
A
That's
wholly
the
owned
sound I
subsidiary.
make every time I see a lack of railing.
Wholly owned.
You don't know where she got the hard hat.
So
OSHA, the wholly
That-
owned subsidiary of
I'm gonna tell
OSHA.
you this now because I know 100% this is not the first time you went swimming in magma.
okay.
I love to go swimming with volcanic women and swim between their knees.
No, the image of just Vedic with like two scantily clad.
not cleared for lava. Please deposit it back on the dock.
Your gold is melting.
I mean, technically, I could go swimming. It would take me forever. I would hit, like, I'm less buoyant than the lava, so I would hit and not sink. Like, but it couldn't hurt
So
me.
the problem is you can't see through it. It's not like water.
Right.
It's still physically there. And two, you can't breathe
And
magma.
frankly, you're not going to be able to pick it up
So
and.
that is-
I can't. There's the
That's
real
the real
problem.
problem. That's why
I struggle
can't
to
do
get
it.
it's not like it's slow. It's boiling.
the
popping,
egg is
it's
clearly not
superheated.
buoyant.
Yeah.
What the hell is this egg made out of?
I just got here.
Bullets were kicking it around.
True.
Bullets turned it into a damn beach ball.
All right, fine. So, plan
Egg
B.
is made of Tarrasque.
How many?
A couple of dwarf adamantium tools couldn't use the adamantium forward to tear it down, and somehow managed to lose
Hear
it.
me out on this. Tarrasque cookware.
We have to then kill it first.
Wait.
Or find it.
Shush. I'm listening.
We can make a specific line of Tarrasque hide cookware and sell it and make a fortune before
Are you
the
talking
world
about
ends.
raiding its kitchen or making
I would like to jingle my bag when he brings up a fortune that
We
needs
don't need
to
a
be-
fortune. We need to save the world so we can still live in it.
All right, so we've got to get a whole bunch of dwarves. We've got to get a whole bunch of dwarves out of this city. Do you think we could like say
No.
there was some like fire sale on Tarrasque cookware out in the plains, or?
Honestly, this whole place should be condemned.
This is a complete do-over.
No, crush it down, shut it
Wait,
all
wait,
down.
wait.
Redo
This is
it.
the first time I'm fully on board with the plan, and it is for completely different reasons. They're like, we gotta protect him from the Tarrasque, and I'm like, this place
From
is
the
a death
forge.
trap.
It really is.
This place, this is like a hospital that should have been condemned in 1970, but is still running, but hasn't had any updates. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
That's exactly what this forge is. Sorry, the entire city is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the
So they still
city
treat
wasn't
people
built by
like-
the current generation of dwarves. The current generation of dwarves found it. And said, this fucking
did
place
nothing.
rocks. And then they took in a bunch of elves at the same time because
I'm-
fuck the Empire.
I'm
not sure
looking
it's
around and seeing
There's a lot of
all-
rocks. There's a lot of places that they're currently renewing and repurposing, but they are trying to match the architecture of the rest of the stonework, you know, to honor the ancestors and
It's
stuff.
going to
Guys, we've got to do something.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
one way to get everybody out of here. We can
I'm
kill
pointing
them.
at the young. What?
It's a solution.
I'm pointing over to a bunch of children dwarves.
He's doing
We
it.
have to get them
How
out
do you know
of
those ones are children? They're just smaller than the others? Because it's not the facial hair.
It's less hair.
It's like humans and halflings.
Less hair.
You can try to be insensitive, but there's a lot of people here that are going to die unless we get them out.
It's like,
I'm offering
this is-
to kill them sooner
So
if
here's the
it
thing.
means we
What?
can clean this place
no,
up.
remember,
This is
we
ridiculous.
have time.
Okay,
How
you
much
guys
time
have
do we have?
suggested let's kill the bad guys a billion times. The way they're living, they are the bad guys.
We do have time, though.
All right. We
It's
do,
not gonna
we do
blow up
have
tomorrow.
time, but how much time do we have?
Like 5 years, maybe,
Something
right?
like that?
Or less.
5-ish?
This time is going to fly by. But this
How
is.
long did it take
We
us
can
to get
only
out of
guess. We don't
Afghanistan?
know the exact how much time. It could be a year from now,
20
for
years.
all we know.
Even still.
No, we have a pretty solid estimation.
How
We
much
think
long-
we do.
Oh,
we think we do. Just
How
throwing
much
that out.
longer until you can get more?
Because the
Oh.
word estimation is solid.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because
I would,
that-
I would have to defer that to the god.
If you
What?
if you know when you're getting your
I
cylinder
am
back,
a
that's
very
probably
bad
things going to
god.
happen.
What do you want?
How long until we get the Spelljammer back?
Because that's a pretty good
Which
estimate.
Spelljammer?
That's Spelljammer.
The big ziggurat.
Oh, your ziggurat. Specifically after the apocalypse.
So post
After.
Like
apocalypse.
literally the week after.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
That's a consolation
that
prize.
explains why it was 7 years, 7 months,
Okay.
and 7
So
days.
right on.
Yeah.
All right. So
Can I
plan.
get the coordinates that that's going to show
So
up at?
real.
You making a phone call?
So
I just-
real
She
talk.
wants to be standing by the curb going like this.
Let's assume we have all of the logistics correct to evacuate this mountain city, this dwarven mountain city. Where are we gonna put them?
We
Where
have
do they go?
we
How
have-
many millions of dwarves and dozens of elves is this probably?
Is
Can
there,
we make
is there
a-
a
make a
massive
general
city in that
either-
jar of beans?
History check, make a intelligence investigation, make a persuasion on
Hold on, let's see
trying
what
to
I got.
gather this information.
History.
And
Let's throw history.
Yeah.
I would like to know what a dwarf
a
perception
is.
check.
That's
on it.
first roll of the
With
night.
advantage.
First roll.
Because I have zoomed around
You just ran across the
and just counted as I went.
The fastest census you've ever seen.
You don't know why. Like all these dwarves suddenly look over and like, why does my hand say 138?
He's failing remembering history.
We are not branding dwarves with numbers. No,
It's
we're
not
not doing
branding if it's in Sharpie.
It is a permanent Sharpie. You know how often these guys wash?
Do you know how easy Sharpie comes off?
Do you know how hard their skin is?
That's actually an argument for the Sharpie.
Yeah. So okay. So 23. Did you roll anything?
I did. I rolled history and rolled a 1
So
for
yeah.
a total of 7.
Look,
that
as far as you're aware, dwarves.
Jesus.
As far as you're
That's
aware,
including the
dwarves. Look, as far as you're aware, dwarves and in legend, dwarves literally were born from the earth. They're like fucking mushrooms, all right? That's all you know. It's like even if you evacuate,
You can't spit far enough and
yeah,
not
like
hit
if
a
you
dwarf.
evacuate everyone, they're still gonna sprout. Anyway, 23. Let's say over 90,000.
Okay.
And
Ooh.
23, you notice that there's the volcanic city, and then there's the city in front of this volcanic city. The city that's in front of it is Beadora, Beadara, which is
Someone
another
else
city
write
that is
down.
actually
I
the.
can't even keep that straight.
Bezor.
It is a gatekeeping city prior to actually entering the volcanic city of Gaboon.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if we do
And
that,
that city
It will also
has
get
roughly
destroyed
about
in
50
the
plus
plasma.
Yeah,
in the
we
plasma
get
cloud.
the implications.
Yeah.
My question,
Or the
with it being a
power
gatekeeping
plasma.
city, is that considered part of their like fortification strategy? And if that city were to be emptied out, they would consider themselves more exposed and potentially more amenable to leaving the city that they're in?
I feel like this is a trap question, but yes.
Okay, cool. So we start by emptying out the gatekeeping city.
We're going to siege the what?
I didn't say siege. I said emptying out. For all I care, you can walk from one end to the other farting and clear them from the city.
You've been with Beck while he eats.
I'm on board with this. I could do this.
Not to order beans.
Like, somebody just make him enough Brussels sprouts and we'll be solid.
Asparagus and Brussels sprouts, please.
Asparagus does not... Never mind. I don't need to know how it impacts your diet. But what I'm saying is, strategically, if we're going for a non-violent solution, and I'm just saying, for once, I'm on board with the violent solution option, if anybody else is willing to go there. Their city offends me, personally.
so you say
No,
everything
it
else.
offends everyone.
Understandable.
And you notice that there's actually stone sculptures that have now been added to like the dwarven architecture of like elves.
That's fine.
Which is weird because you now see elves trying to grow beards
I
at
don't
the
have
same
an
time.
issue with art. I have an issue.
Like, I've been going around spray painting where archways or where railings should be, and like
Yeah, but
denoting dangerous
yeah.
staircase.
Yeah,
like the whole city is graffitied from me going, "This is a health risk," and this is
Oh
a
yeah,
health risk.
and every time
this
you
is a health
return
risk.
to like a place that you've already like made somewhat safer, people
Well,
are
no, I
already
didn't
like,
make it safer. I just denoted that they fucked up. Like,
yes, and there's literally dwarves going around like, who the fuck, damn graffiti, and like literally painting over like the areas that you've done because they're just like, no.
Who knew
like,
these
this is
dwarves
dwarven
would
art.
have a black and yellow motif of
Yeah, it's all just like caution tape.
herringbone caution tape pattern?
I like it being herringbone. That's funny. That's great.
anyway.
Herringbone, H-A-R-E.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like, instead of it being the, like, harsh line thing, it's bunny faces that are linked up. Yep, that's... Yep.
The bunny
He's
symbol,
correct.
yes.
This is all happening.
All right, happened while she was doing the census.
Yeah. Okay.
It is now
so,
canon.
how does one clear out a small city in order to convince a larger city to leave? I've already made suggestions that you guys aren't down for. So,
If we can't really turn
Well,
ourselves
that would
into the preacher on the corner that says that the end is coming, the end is nigh.
The end is coming!
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no one's gonna listen.
That's not going to work, Vedic.
What if we had Quinn do it?
He might be able to convince people.
No, what we're going to convince is we're going to convince the innocent.
He can convince us 2 + 2 is 3.
he can convince
How many
you
pixies
two
can he make?
that 2 + 2
How many
is
pixies
3.
can he make? You could just have a whole bunch of pixies steal people's
lot.
stuff and then run
A
out of the
lot.
city.
Is there a way to reduce the damage?
Ooh,
Get out of the volcano.
can I hit up Nicholas and see if there is a way for us to, like, widespread disperse dreams of prophecy that are nightmares about the coming horrors should they stay in their homes?
Funny you say that. So I'm going to say, well,
That is a weird, funny you say that.
funny you say that. So I know.
I like that
but
idea.
I'm gonna say,
I like
as you're
that.
making this phone call to the other planets in Nickwas, as you're saying this, you notice that a couple of churches that are in the Dwarven city, they have a couple of churches to a number of gods. One of them, actually, the Raven Queen is in there. The Raven Queen is not like necessarily trusted, but it's like a couple of weirdos, goth people mostly, like go over there. They do their thing.
No, nothing like goth dwarves.
Oh God. What are those, vampires?
Well, now I know what I'm calling the
Not.
hang on, what are the dark-skinned elves that I'm just spacing
Drow.
up? Thank
Drow.
you. Now I know what I'm calling drow from now on. Goth elves.
Anyway, you notice that there's a couple of acolytes that are currently spouting various religious individuals that are like not outblown doomsday, but time to have of strife, of fire and brimstone. Prepare, prepare. In years' time, less than 10, we shall suffer major problems.
Nicholas.
Be prepared, gather food, loved
He would be
ones.
right whether there was a Tarrasque
Bring
or
them to
not.
the Galdoon city to fortify yourselves. Bring the metal and iron to your smith.
Flee for your lives!
Todd, can you use your paints and actually put the date on it?
Trust the dwarven stone. It shall bring us to the future.
Hey,
About
I
that.
was just curious. I just with your this love it. Love what
Yeah,
you're
he
saying.
hears the voice, and you see this literally broad-shouldered dwarven, like literally missing the part here, but has a beard going on either side, like trying to like bring it back together. But you know, it's clear that he should have just went full-blown double beard, and that's it. And he looks over towards the
Super
like
long
voice, like,
chops.
"Wait a minute! Hi.
Yes, love what you're doing. Love what you're saying. Great message. One, you want to give a date. People respond better to
Gods
dates.
do not give dates.
Oh yeah, they do. So it's gonna be.
Gods might not, but we do.
All right, so are you saying that I actually have to put a countdown timer on the next video? An active timer?
And based on all of this, we do know exactly what's going to happen, what's going to be attacking, and it is a very specific threat to this region. So what I'm hoping that you and I can work together on is how can I
I'm sorry.
promote your message in a way that makes it more widespread among these people? Because, like, as a member of the Raven Queen's court myself,
He's the god of
dude,
soul.
ghost.
Yeah. Ah!
I have some very detailed knowledge of what's going to happen with death.
What about
And
the
I would
general-
like you to focus.
Make a general intimidation check to
Sure,
see
sure.
how he reacts.
Sure, sure.
You would do well to heed this warning.
And then
Are we
adding
really going to religious
proficiency
that route?
because I'm no longer doing the investigation proficiency on that. I'm doing that one.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. You rock. So that
I don't have any
becomes
other
19.
options. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I just
Okay.
came up with an asinine idea.
So you
Okay.
see a small little pulse of divine energy as he basically says he tries to turn undead, which had no effect on you
Right.
at all. And he's
Just like,
and he does a quick like as they're speaking, he does a little holy symbol of. I'm having trouble remembering the dwarven king. It's a
Dwarven king or dwarven...
Todd wouldn't
god?
recognize it.
no, yeah, fair enough. But I'm just mental block right there. But he's not soul. He's of a dwarven. It's the upside down hammer
Okay.
for the holy symbol. Anyway,
Todd's gonna be like, oh no, he dropped his hammer.
yes.
Like,
Torg.
No,
No.
Then Torn.
Torm. I think it was
I mean,
Torm.
that
Yeah.
It's
Close enough.
All right.
Todd's response
We-
will
we failed our
literally be,
D&D
oh no, he
version,
dropped
but-
his hammer.
Yeah,
like,
no,
there's
no,
no
he didn't drop his hammer. It's a
recognition.
holy symbol that's like an upside down hammer kind of situation.
Right, right,
right.
He
I can hear the
brings it
comments
up
now.
and like does a divine sense and realizes, one, you reek of divinity, and goes,
Sure.
and he's like, he goes blind for a half second, like
Flashbang.
goes to his knees and starts praying in Dwarvish that you cannot speak. And
I'm trying to talk to you. This is so fucking rude.
I used to speak Dwarvish.
89. Nope. No divine intervention.
No.
Do you need to talk to a holy creature? Because I can, like, I have the.
You are not my holy creature!
Yeah, I know. I have the Lord of Bitter Frost on the phone, and she could talk to you if you needed, like, confirmation. Oh my god, this motherfucker.
They live in a mountain,
Is
literally
this
under
like
a rock.
talking to people who don't get it?
They literally live under a rock.
Look, hair person,
My name is Todd.
Todd.
There you go.
All right, great, awesome. Look, have my followers scream when they see the blue sky. All right.
Okay.
That should tell you what I get cut out of the cloth here. We're not this smart.
Guys, we're gonna not want to take these dudes outside. We just learned that they scream.
What? like mandrake roots? Like
Apparently they get freaked out by blue. Was it the blue or the sky, or is it just the lack of rock?
Hidescape.
I found out this as a teenager when I was 50.
Can you ask them if they embrace death?
No,
He can hear you.
I can hear it.
What? Oh,
We're speaking right now, man.
Sorry.
You want me to speak
can
dwarven?
ignore me. Everyone else does.
It really
like
is
that
the
plan.
best way.
Oh wait! Or and you hear like motherfucker. It's like no, I think it's ack.
It's Eck. It's
It's ack. It's ack. He said it. He said it.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Bring it in! Hey! Look at this asshole! It's like, get that pig away from me! Oh, you're nasty!
Sorry. Oh, no, it's my armpits. Sorry. It's right. That was reminds you of mom, doesn't it? Ah, yes.
Yeah, so group up with it like, hey, this fucking guy, I want some good build off of you. And what were we talking about? The blue sky. Yeah. Well, a lot of our people think if there's no ceiling to keep from falling upwards, that they'll just. Okay. And I thought that was a lot of time too. Until I was like 52.
Okay, guys, I can't believe I have this. I have an acid.
Holy shit, a golden cobalt.
What? Where?
Oh no, come here.
You have enough.
Come here. And he takes a little bit like a tuning fork, hits you. Ding! Ow! Holy shit.
That's
okay,
not
there's
cobalt.
a lot
Stop.
of no respect of boundaries,
guys, I have an idea, and I'm not gonna like this idea.
Before coming in physical like that was really rude.
If we can't move,
Dwarven hospitality takes a little bit of getting used to. I don't know about that. Look, I'm not used
I don't know
to
what your problem is,
cobalt
Todd, but I'm liking this.
Like, I like this
Is that
guy.
not
He's a fucking
indicative of
turtle
there
guy.
being
I've never seen a turtle guy before.
So anyways, your idea?
I have a completely asinine idea.
Yes.
We can't move the people. Can we move the city?
This is a crazy idea. I kind of like it. This dwarf is completely
We have
in the circle.
6 years.
No.
We have 6 years.
We have 6 years, but not just that. No, I'm not talking like move it in space. Talking moving it in dimension. Can we obviously have look over the edge. We obviously have a portal to the plane of fire here. Can we just shift the city for a couple of days? Is it that insane?
I have a dagger.
What happens when it comes back?
We've got a couple of years. It doesn't matter. The Tarrasque will pop out like a jack in the box and go, "Oh shit, there's nothing here to kill," and move on.
Not every man wields the same size weapon. It's all right. I understand.
Just so long as the handle's like that.
It's a scale thing. I get it. I'm a little guy.
Like the
medical
can of
condition.
pain.
So if it's wrist mounted, does that make my arm the handle?
I feel
Yep.
like there's a subtext to this conversation that I'm missing.
As I'm holding up my double-handed sword. What are you talking about, Todd?
Right? Fennec walks up with a staff that is suspiciously bigger around than it should be. Like, what?
Polishing Harkern's piece.
Ahem.
Sorry.
What?
Yes, you just caught us funneling our own weapons.
Like you hear the wind whistle as this sails over.
Between the ears.
The ears are up.
Can
They are down.
we shift the city?
Um,
I know this sounds insane
Okay,
and it's
I'm gonna
huge
ask
ask, but
a crazy question. I'm gonna ask a crazy question.
Wizards.
Shouldn't you be asking our wizard?
I can actually do this, which is what's crazy.
Do it! Like, why are you asking us? You're asking us
And I gesture emphatically at Sparks and Ty.
Hang on.
First of all, I feel like imagine you open gesture to like the opening canvas of like the city where you see literally a metropolis of like dwarves and elven individuals. And this place is truly the size of a volcano. All right, just internally.
Do you just
wanna
intend to
point out
build
what's a
It is hilarious
city
that
for
you're
an
asking
astronaut?
us.
I
You're the
understand that.
wizard. Or
So we are okay. I'm gonna be honest.
rogues.
I'm gonna be honest. We are well
Like, I don't know
well
how
into the
dumb
realm
you
of
are,
wish
but
at this point.
weird.
Dumb.
I'm not stupid.
Are you
but I'm
saying
also not
that
like,
we're gonna
turn
turn this city
That's how
And-
dumb I am.
and like I know there's this story about a city that was like transported to Inverness. but-
Why not? I mean, the elves have done it a dozen times by accident at this point.
Which is
Usually
actually
with Shadowfill.
So at that comment, it's gonna be like a sneaky dial-up quiz. Let her overhear the bullshit they could propose.
Okay, so we could drop it. So
Nicholas is at the
judging,
second
I
and
don't
third
know
movement.
where this
Like,
portal
not
goes.
here,
We're gonna have to find out because this. Let's face it, this is a fucking portal. It could go to the plane of fire. It could go to one of the hells. It could go somewhere else. But there's nothing to say that in order to avoid great calamity, we can't just suddenly douse the drinking water with fire-resistant potions.
What would be a arcane or perception check? Your choice.
sure.
As you're looking down as well. What's up?
So, with a 14 on a nature check,
Yeah.
could I know that it could also just be a fucking volcano? Or do I trust him?
No, absolutely. He said it. That is a hole into the elemental plane of fire.
Okay, cool.
That is
I
100%
believe his
true.
bullshit.
So
Got it.
let me get this straight.
So
We now believe-
perception or arcana? What's your thing?
Hang on. Arcana.
I
40.
do not
40?
What?
So
I really. Yeah.
Vedic, more smelling the heat in the air of like this certain
He's
type of
level 20.
mana changes in terms of like arcane fluctuation of like regular heat and then supernatural heat. You get that smell of like almost like a feral weasel, like you smell it and you like look down, you double check, you notice that actually the lava is moving in ways that normal liquid would not. There is a major elemental titan that is in the throat of this cave.
Yeah, so Vedic, there's the non-OSHA approved edge. Vedic,
Yeah.
sticks his head straight over out of the force field and goes,
Wait a minute.
I'm immune, it's fine.
It's fine. Like, the tips of your horns like light on fire just because like fire effects.
Stop it, it doesn't hurt! That actually kind of feels nice.
No, not the point.
It's just got so much more complicated. The egg.
No, it got so much less
The
complicated.
egg is now eaten in the belly of an elemental titan.
We don't know that. For all we know, it's playing hacky sack with the
Get out of
thing.
your mouth!
You seem to be the genius on
And I will
this.
say this, with a 40, I'm going to use a little bit of your divination capabilities that use divine into the sense of divinity.
Can it kill it?
A child Tarrasque still needs to eat, and you can only imagine the ravenous capability that it needs to eat in order to grow from a baby to a adult so fucking fast. It needs to eat something first.
So
You're
it's
looking
eat
at
the
that
titan.
something.
It's gonna eat the titan.
Eat the Titan.
I mean, sucks for the Titan. What does that have to do with us? Guys, wait, back up. Oh, patron chosen of the world turtle. There's an elemental titan down there who's about to eat it. Or, well, no, the other way around.
It's going to, yes, it's going to eat.
Be eaten.
And as a result, that's probably what made Gardoon explode.
I just want to throw out there, Nicholas, that it
we just move the
seems
Titan?
like Sparks is the voice of reason without Quinn. So if you could send some help down.
Because this is
Can
what
we
a
just
stroke
move the
feels
Titan?
like. Can we? No, the Titan is the
take
reason
the
for
Titan.
all of this.
Then the
Push
dwarves
it
would move.
somewhere else.
You know, if Quinn were here, but damn those dwarven brothels. I mean, you know, what?
I'm still here. That's where my mother was.
If there's no fire, there's no
That's where your
dwarves.
mother works?
Yes!
Oh, well.
She got a
I
fine
move the
ass,
Titan,
and I'm
we
not
move the
sorry to
egg.
say that.
And we just move the Titan. I feel like moving the Titan is much easier
Well-
than trying to blink that whole city out of existence for a day.
And here's the other challenge of Edic. If we were to move the city, let's say it can be done. Let's just say it can be done. It has to get back to somewhere, and it won't be able
But
to
you
come
put a
back.
time limit on it. Just don't tell the
come
dwarves
back
you go
here.
wandering.
It cannot come back here. There won't be anything here to put it back into.
That's
What if
we
I
just
flip
move
the
Titan.
mountain upside down?
Sorry, what?
I mean, since we're talking crazy, just flip the mountain up there and plug it.
We just bottom flip the volcano. You know?
Move the Titan, get rid of the fire.
The Titan! I would rather move the mountain or shift a city!
For some reason, moving an elemental Titan seems much more plausible than blinking an entire fucking city.
Ask the world deity here, how do the Titans function? Do you have any idea? Because I don't.
He asked an ancient elemental being.
Right.
Not to interject.
He asked an elemental being, how are you doing?
Not to interject, but I have to ask, sir. By the way, I'm acting like Marberjaw. Pleasure to meet you all. One, are you in search of a god? Are you feeling like
No, I follow the
Because
gospel
clearly
faith.
you're having a midlife crisis here. And two, what kind of alcohol did you drink, and do you have some?
I would like
dwarven
to
ale.
point out that I'm having a post-life crisis, and that was incredibly ist.
I don't think any gods can help him, but
So they left dwarven ale.
On the other hand, his
Would you
last
like a glass
question
of
was
Roman
very
ale?
present. I'm
He
drinking.
takes a glass and spits it out. I go, what the hell?
It's from a different time stream.
It's a condition.
Not a different timeline. A
What
different
if
time.
elven wine? Okay, non sequitur.
Well, I mean,
elven
to
winemaking
king, to
techniques as applied to beer, dwarven beer making. Like,
They're talking something.
What would that turn
but the
into?
streets are like
getting outside
outside
their
city kind of situation. You can't just build like. What are you planning?
Good time.
Are
Would-
there
would it
restrictions
be
on where
weird
one
or
can
buying?
plant things in this city?
Yes.
I think I
First of all,
like
if you're able to
I
make
think I
something,
I like buying.
the heat and the lack of water and stuff like that. That's
Sure,
gonna
sure.
be
Assume
difficult.
magical capability.
Yeah. So you're on that same.
Generally
thing. But
assume.
yes, you usually have to like one. Do you own the plot of land? Do you have permits and so on and so forth? Because you can't just build wherever
Okay,
you
what,
want.
call it time
And
base?
Say,
especially being in dwarven
pretty much
architecture.
entirely martial
Wait,
class
no.
late in the game. I'm like,
Do you anything that you do in terms of three-dimensional
Cool.
digging
I have no
spaces
idea
when you
what's
own a plot of land in dwarven cities?
No,
It's not just
as a
two-dimensional
dragon,
space.
I claim rights of eminent domain.
It's sounding like a lot like I don't care. So thank you, and I'm.
this is a parking space
I'm
for your
good.
vessel.
You're a very terse little thing. I kind of like it.
This is a new layer.
Ooh, you're really rubbing off on those dwarves really well there.
Not if I rub off first.
Okay, we are done.
it's getting closer and closer to genocide.
I have already expressed my willingness to perform acts of murder here. So,
Who is it? He moves on to the next.
What would be a faster way to get them all to the Shadowfell and just plain chipping the whole damn thing? We can skip all the throat slitting.
which do you think would be faster?
I thought
Who's
we were trying to
doing
save the city. Okay, which way? This is,
All right.
this is
So
tangential.
I'm thinking
Save the
50
city,
gold.
destroy the city. Which way are we
I'll
going?
do the throat slitting. You'll do the casting, and 2-to-1 odds that I'm faster.
Save the city, destroy it. Which way are we going? Are we saving or are we destroying?
We're
Which
saving.
way?
It just might happen to look
Okay.
a whole lot like destroying at the time.
Finley,
Not a
with passive
problem.
perception, you notice that there are several dwarven elite guards that are just kind of stationed near you guys because you've actively discussed murder on a mass scale. Just in the center of the street.
I just want to throw out that means that they're taking a 1.5 foot tall rabbit seriously enough to post
And
guards.
a elemental
No,
infused
he
turtle.
said no. He
and
said no.
sparks,
He said no.
a
He
golden
didn't say
cobalt,
anything.
and
One person has suggested it, and they're taking me that seriously without ever having met me.
it's 2 guards. What the fuck you want?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
2 guards can make the difference.
I think that is fucking
It
hilarious.
is hilarious.
That's
But then you're
can
getting
be an
angry at me.
intimidating
I'm like, what do
I'm
you
not
want?
getting angry. I'm stating I want us all to contextualize
It's the most
this.
vicious rabbit you've ever laid eyes on.
He doesn't know that. He's literally at most seen me.
Look at the bones!
He literally at most seen me graffiti something, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
okay.
that too. Yeah.
And he's like, okay, this giant dude telling her no. This giant dude telling her no. This magic dude telling her no are not going to be enough. That's what's happening right now. And it's great. It makes me so happy.
I want to hear, what do you think? How do you intend to... If
What is your plan?
your theory could even be happening, how could you move this entire town?
Do you fully intend
entire
to
city,
wish?
entire city of 90,000 or 100,000
I gotta tell me,
dwarves
I
and
gotta tell you.
elves.
Wish whether it okay. So if I cast Wish, and I can shift this city, I can, but if I do, it takes me out of the final fight. Like, it just levels me. There are consequences to that
Are
spell.
you saying?
That sounds like not worth it.
Are you saying that 100,000 lives aren't worth one wish?
Are you saying that I
Yes.
couldn't make the diff...
Oh, was
So-
that not to me? No.
Ultimatum. We know when it's going to happen.
That's such an
You
interesting
can't
way
use
to
casting
go
that
about
spell.
We know more often than
When
we
Finley
You
dies,
cast that
because Finley
spell.
has only ever seen
Cast
her
Wish
worry about
to get
lives.
rid of the city.
Like,
Takes you out of the fight.
No, this is a good question. Back up. I want to answer this
Stay
question.
a little confused. Like,
I
how
want
should
to
we-
answer this question.
So I have another one after this.
Because
Then
it's
understand
guys,
something like flipping
it's a
dividends.
fair question. One wish and me out versus 100,000 lives is absolutely a trade I'm willing to make. On the other hand, that's not the trade we're talking about. The trade we're talking about is whether or not me being present in the final conflict, whatever that takes place, is enough to tip the balance to stop a world-ending phenomenon. 100,000 lives might be a choice we have to make.
Versus 100 million.
The needs of the many are the needs of the
The
few.
population of the world.
Far above
You
one
would
city.
not have the information to know
We'll
that.
be back in 10 minutes and everybody suddenly has a mark on their hand.
My follow-up question to that is,
You have no idea.
you know
Alas.
roughly when it
You know it's
happens.
a pretty jam-packed.
To avoid taking you out of the fight, could we put a wish spell to something else, allow you to cast it through that?
I could make a scroll, somebody else could cast it.
Oh,
You don't know what
let
this
me-
does.
Let me.
You don't know what this does.
Okay,
Or
okay,
look,
okay.
I was built for
Wait,
this.
interject
I was
me.
built for this.
Or-
I was built for this.
It's saying that he would have to focus long enough to make a wish.
Or
Look, squirrel.
would it be more beneficial for us
Trust
to
Finley with the scroll and none of the
utilize
rest
that
of us.
now and move the
Wait a minute,
Tyson?
wait a minute. We can do all of the above. I don't have to eat that scroll. All we've got to do is find a spellcaster in this city who's willing to waylay themselves for a goddamn month.
We have plenty back at home.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be me.
Are there any of
You
those
read the
wizards
spell?
that we ran into?
No, they're all worthless.
Yes, they are.
The 8 that we hired.
Higher level spell.
I mean, I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're great teachers, but none of them can throw around
Okay.
that kind of way.
Do we really?
I don't
know that could do that.
actually know anything about magic, but can I roll an
know
Arcana check
very
to see
small
if this
amount
is
about
Vedic
I
bullshit?
have to know that I
Absolutely, and I'll give it with advantage.
We can try to converse.
I have 5 levels of range with my magical attack.
We can try to converse.
You know that if you rub enough
Discussing
sticks together,
lifting
fire
a volcanic
happens.
city out of the freaking earth. It's like, technically, I'm magical too, so I can help.
Technically, I'm aware of magic, so you know.
That's a 6.
Puts his hand
So
out.
6?
Squints.
With advantage.
Ow!
You see,
I
A level
know
19
nothing.
character with a 6.
I know
Look,
how.
it happens. We all have our kids. Look,
I
That
have
one.
5 and a 6.
Oh, straight up. Okay.
Vedic says a lot of horseshit. This sounds like one of the level horseshit. So it's like, even.
So I have a recognition of horseshit, not of magic.
yeah. And honestly, that matches in terms
Yeah.
of time. Vedic, go and roll Arcana
To see if it's even possible.
at
mean-
disadvantage.
Possible. At disadvantage, because I'm rolling straight.
I forget you have advantage, yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
if you had rolled like
I want you to know.
slightly worse,
Just
literally the minimalist amount of words, and I could have magically rolled. But you had to make it
I need
just
you to
slightly higher.
know. I need you to know the roll on the dice. Okay, my first roll of the game was a 1. This one is a 2. Would
as
you
good.
like to know what that turns into?
What?
20.
So Vedic,
You
you're
I do.
So finish. You're in your head. You're overconfident of your abilities, and even then,
Hi, have we met?
Vedic, even then, you think you can do this
Not
because
overconfident,
one,
that's what I
you're approaching godhood. You're in demigod status right now. You've been more powerful
sure.
than any of capabilities. You are literally overbrewing with magic capabilities, especially with your time. Doodad on your shoulder that's currently like flickering and spitting
Time
and,
doodad.
and quite literally sparking
Technically.
right now, but you flick it a few times, it's okay. It's fine.
It does that.
The Time Weaver, ever since the second Big Bang, it's been a little on the fritz.
Let's be clear about this, because we might need a third one.
It's like making more jangles than you've ever.
More sparks than those.
And it says, ask again.
That's you can roll it. You get the magic 8-ball thing. Yes, absolutely.
For some reason, you get in the back of your head. Yeah, you can do
Can we
it.
do
You don't
this?
even need preparations at
Not
all. You
looking
can
so
take this
good.
fucking mountain-sized city and definitely fling into the sky, no problem. You don't even need to get arcane traps going.
Whether
Look,
it's in the sky or whether it's to another plane, that's
Okay,
Yeah,
we shouldn't throw it
absolutely.
in the sky. They're scared of it.
now with a 20, you do have
Literally
history.
confirming all
You
the
do
fears
remember
that just
history
fall
of
in
like
the
floating
sky.
cities. You never studied it because spelljammers and floating cities, different technology.
sure.
Why don't we just push
Same
Geodude
breed.
somewhere else?
Let me finish. Take it to different planes of existence, much more advanced. Which is why your ziggurat was so important, because that is like the pinnacle of arcane capabilities to become extraplanar cities.
Gotcha.
However, I wish Spell would definitely get things started. Will it finish it? Ask that question later after you cast it. Now,
It might need a few wishes.
yeah,
What if
and
we
obviously,
just moved them into your ziggurat?
if you're depending on
We
how
don't
much,
have access to the ziggurat till after it blows up.
yeah.
The mountain blows up.
I thought that was,
Time Wizard,
I thought that
could
was
you
as a
do that
functional
later?
It's
ship.
not out of
This
the
is
realm of
my first
possibilities,
doing that later.
but you do know out of 20 that there is major research that has been lost technology to everyone else on this planet on flying citadels. This would be a citadel status.
How much would it piss
That-
off the Raven Queen if
The
a
spelljammer
100,000
thing is- I
dwarves
thought
showed up?
that
in
was
the
us
ziggurat?
not getting
Screw
access to
whether
it
or not
as a
it pisses
functional
off the Raven
spelljammer,
Queen.
or is that just we
Imagine
don't have
how
access
many
to the building?
Vrosians would be
You don't
pissed
have-
off if the
you don't have
dwarves suddenly
access
had
to
a
it.
flying city.
Okay.
That I can
Yeah,
get behind.
I do.
That is a noble cause.
All right. We
I have a motion to do it.
just had a lot going on there, right there. We had a lot going on. Let's figure out. Let's
I'm sorry,
recap.
Reddick just said nope. Okay, Nicholas, things are dying.
He was making the argument of imagine how annoying.
No. I've covered my bit. Nicholas knows you said nope.
Imagine how many Verosians would be annoyed if the dwelves suddenly developed a floating citadel. That is a noble cause.
You're just going to try to do this without consulting to
No,
any of the ruling class of
no.
the Gundam.
Well, yes, absolutely. No, they don't get a vote.
But we will
This is
consult
one
the
man,
working
one
class.
vote. I'm the man with the spell. I have the vote. No,
I have the talking stick, okay?
I have the conch. No. Okay, so clearly we need to do research to see what it takes to lift this goddamn city out of the ground, and I'll bet that we have to go deal with that elemental because that elemental is not going to have a whole lot of.
It's not going to like the fact that a lot of its power is coming from the city. I'm
Or
certain of it.
maybe it will. Like
I
maybe
normally
we
just
go
agree
talk
with
to the damn
plans, But
thing.
I feel
You
lot
are the
respect
representative
for
of World
plans.
Turtle. Let's go talk to the damn thing.
Yeah.
And I turn myself to fire.
I knew this was gonna be fun.
So everything just gets like 2 degrees hotter because it's already fucking hot in here.
Sorry.
Step a little away.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like you're cold?
Sorry.
Why are you colder? You're fire. What? How does this work?
You notice
Dude,
that?
I'm ready to talk to this gigantic elemental.
What could possibly go wrong? Water breathing.
I really can't imagine a way this goes right. What do you mean?
With the lack of safe access to the platform.
And I'm walking over to the edge.
The following right behind. We'll be right back.
So you walk
Are you
over
not
the
going?
edge. Do you
Yeah,
have
we're
fly
fine.
speed in fire?
He's about to.
The answer is no.
It's gonna be downward.
How fast is terminal velocity?
Do not pull out your surfboard.
It will be incinerated.
In all seriousness, I need to do some quick research to see if I can bring anybody with us because I can go, you can
I'm
go,
not
but
going.
well,
Do you speak elemental?
I speak primordial.
Better.
sorry.
I
Okay.
own 3 languages. And
You
one
don't
of which
own a language, sir.
I own it. Because the dialect I invented.
It's not.
Intellectual property is
And then
that.
you're just like, I can't understand.
Thank you for that.
I was. Look, people said that I had to own my decisions, so I'm owning them. And I own it.
There is a fleet of dwarven individuals that are currently just walking you, turning the fire, and you hear, nice. It's just like, and then you can see a couple of
I'm high-fiving. Pardon me, I'm low-fiving. Because they're dwarves. They're dwarves. So
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, sorry about that. Here you go. There you go, bud. There you go, bud. There you go. Oh, aren't you cute? Oh, yes.
That is so offensive.
yeah, well, hold on. Natural fucking 20, one of them literally just like, oops, and like jostles you a little bit, but their tanker hits you right in the nads, and they walk by.
Wow, that was a love tap.
Yep. It's like, oops. Because doing that little fucking little tap thing. First of all, you're not in rage. Are you raging right now?
No.
Okay, then
I'm
you're not
not.
enlarged.
I'm not enlarged.
Yeah.
But after that love tap in my groin, I might be.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. You can laugh.
Yeah, take 1 point of nut damage.
Take 1 point of nut damage. Alright.
I'm pretty sure it's bludgeoning.
It's okay. Grandma and Dad will be okay.
1 point of crushing, utterly, piercing to the soul damage to the nuts. 1 point.
Yeah.
Because it's not the amount of damage, it's the precision of the damage. I'm speaking to us guys here. You know it.
I don't.
I have a lot of issues.
So you're walking to this edge. Vedic, are you doing anything, or are you still?
I'm rapidly ripping
So
through my
Vedic is currently going through his
You
book.
better hurry up and walk in bed.
Yeah. So
Can't stop the walking.
I imagine Vedic is faster at this than I am.
Go ahead. Sorry.
anyway,
Sorry.
so you got air bubble around your head. You are
Well,
currently
they're
on
making
fire,
bad
immune to fire.
decisions. Do
You're
you
looking
want to
at
make
this.
bad decisions?
You're currently standing at the edge that would normally lead
Sparks.
to the Elder Forge.
Sparks. Hi. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And you're currently looking down and seeing a literal mile drop descent into molten magma.
I am now hugging Vedic.
Also, you go back and grab Vedic.
Vedic, make it better.
So, are you engaging with their
I do not
bullshit?
like heights. You know
I'm not
this.
resisting the fire.
Okay.
Same.
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool. So
Unless
three
I know for certain I'm going to be protected from it. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, cool.
Wait a moment. I just realized something.
I'm
Popcorn.
Wait, Vedic, stop right now. We are about to recreate the events of 5 years from now in our other existence.
No, we're just going to go talk to the damn thing.
It doesn't. Allow me to be intellectual with you. Can I be intellectual with you right now?
Well, we're about to find out. Let's go.
Can I try to be
Okay,
intellectual
now
with
I
you
want
right now? All right.
You hear a bell go off, ding, 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 ding. We're got another one. You hear, do a backflip.
Do you have a chair?
A chair.
Something to sit down.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
What cast did you do?
Excellent. You are an excellent student, right?
This is him being intellectual.
Now, we go talk to this elemental titan. The elemental titan can agree with us. It doesn't matter. That Tarrasque is going to kill that titan and make this place explode. We will go do this, and it won't matter.
But it can help.
How? It doesn't delay anything.
It can move the egg.
Okay, no. Oh, it could move the egg, or we could tell
It
it.
could go move the egg, which opens the egg, and then it all
Yeah,
comes
I'm
down.
with him. Let's not start this party early. Let's not
All
pop
it
this
does,
particular.
all this does is kick off the inevitable. Stop right now.
Whoa, hang on. Hang on. That's not a bad idea. The other thing it might be able to do. Okay, if we're gonna lift this city, we are gonna need some help. And I thought that we could use the primordial that's in the ground, but maybe we find another primordial? Maybe a primordial of air to flip the dam, to help us get the damn city
Sure,
off
I've
the
got one in
ground?
my pocket. Just a moment.
I didn't say this would be easy. I said we've got 5 years to do it.
Odds or evens?
Awesome.
I'm bored.
Okay.
I leave town.
It takes a
I'm
hot
just like
second.
eating popcorn.
yes,
I
you
look to
can
my
leave
left to
town,
say
no
something to
problem.
Todd, and Todd's gone.
Yeah.
I
You
know
hear a
too.
couple of the dwarven guards. Now there's 4 dwarven guards because now they're talking
Now-
about the 4 dwarves are like, oh, do we got another suicider? Maybe. Should we
You
go talk to
are
him?
consigning
I talked to
this
him last
elder
week,
elemental
last
to
week.
death.
It's like they're like, what happened to the bunny? What bunny?
We are
I'm
at.
to
We are at.
just outside of city limits. So let me know whenever I hit there.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna take.
Yeah.
We are at an anchor, and so we understand. The anchor is this volcano will explode. There is nothing we will stop it. We could save the people in it by moving the town, moving the city, but the volcano will explode. So, what causes the volcano to explode? The killing
Raz
of
eggs and kills the. Yeah, I got
kills. So, us going to talk to this elemental has nothing. Will not save it.
Oh, all right, fine. We're back to how do we get this damn city in the air?
Now I will add this: if you want to talk to the elemental, now that you said you're not going to do it, your pact of the world turtle is part of the pact of the elemental harmonies, not elemental chaos.
So what did you kill you?
Yeah, it would have just saw you as an unholy union of combining of raw physical elementals.
There's no accounting for taste.
Yeah. So you would have just went there and said, "Work with me, I'm your brother," and that thing would have just showed you your world literally turned into fire and lava as it should be.
And then
And then tried to destroy you.
Okay, all right. I still think we need some superior amalgamation of earth and air.
I love that it's a wand as well.
There's no.
I can only be earth or air at one time. I can't be both.
Yes, but you can talk to us. Do we have any more of those elemental stones that we picked up so long ago?
I mean, you haven't used one of them, so.
We have actually. I believe we
We
have
used
actually.
one.
Yeah,
Come back. It was good.
We matched at least 2 together, so I think we've used 3.
We
But-
didn't match. What was
But
it?
wherever
Fire,
they
water?
are in terms of.
Fire, water.
I think actually Quinn has them.
Football
Yeah.
has all- football
I
has
know
all
that they
stuff.
used to be in Nicholas's bag, and then Nicholas's
I
bag.
know I have the paperwork for them, but I don't have the stones.
Okay. If
So
you
here
did
we
not,
are.
if you did not specifically say you took them out of Nicholas's bag, then Nicholas took them with her. FYI.
Someone in the group had it outside of Nicholas, so I know.
I think
So
Quinn had them.
I step
Quinn
I
step
think-
back
I think-
in. I step back into the protective area and
You never left.
turn off my fire.
Okay, yeah, you never left. Where the walking paths are, that's the protected
And I
area.
go
Without
back.
the walking paths, it's just air. Well, super.
Actually,
air,
no.
so-
I'm going to stay fired. I'm just in the back line.
Okay. Can we use those? Can we use those elemental gems as some sort of kicking off point?
They're minor. They're minor. They're nothing.
They're not when
terms-
you smash them
They're
together.
they're not minor. They are full-blown elementals. These are the stones are elemental stones of elemental harmony. So they're the ones that they're not. Yeah. So there's two
this
factions.
is where we got we got these
Yeah.
on the world tour.
We did.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're-
absolutely.
Elemental harmony are the people are the elements that are like it is good to combine the elements of heat, water, air, earth in order to make people.
Okay. Here's the paperwork.
Elemental chaos believe of we are the best element, and it could be fire, it could be earth, it could be like whatever type they are.
dragon
Like,
an
this
element?
is the best
Otherwise they're wrong.
element kind of situation, and it should be all earth or all fire, all lava, or so on and so forth.
Well,
So
we come back. to
they can
full circle.
definitely power like minor like ships and stuff like that, but in terms of like a citadel, you're gonna need something major, like vestige level, time paradox, major. As your shoulder sparks more.
All right.
What does that do again?
Wander through the elemental, traipse through the elemental plane of air, take something on, or shift to the hells.
That's on the
Like
network.
I'm having trouble figuring out in terms of like what you would find in terms of like what you like. Even I'm having trouble of like figuring out if you
Maybe another archetypes.
Arca Cogs.
No, so there are some fun 9-level spells. Like we could do a greater planar binding and stuff like that.
Cog, you're outside of the Garadum city. You see fresh air, and you see the second city that is like a few miles away. That is the like front gatekeeping city.
Okay. I would like to move until I'm within a reasonable distance of that city.
Okay.
So that way they will clearly see any effects of what I choose to do, but not necessarily see me.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You don't know yet, do you?
You crazy
scared me.
rabbit.
It goes up to a 10.
Webby.
That becomes a 28.
28. Okay, yeah, you're reasonably stealth. The passive perception of the posted guards are currently do not see you.
Sure.
So, okay, yeah, so this argument's happening. So, what are you doing?
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant 2 beans.
So, give me the card, and then you're going to roll a D100. Okay, go ahead.
2 beats. Here we go.
79.
Okay.
There's a struggle to read that for a moment. And a 24.
42.
42.
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
42? Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Read that backwards.
So, go ahead and roll a D6.
2.
2. So, 8 shriekers are going off because it's in daylight.
Okay.
And a fruit tree grows. It grows. Yep, it has 1d10 plus 20 fruit, so roll a d10.
10 looks like that. Yes. 10.
All right.
Whoa,
And 1d8
pretty
of which act as randomly determined magic potions.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Interesting. Go and roll a d8.
2.
So 2 of these, randomly. You won't
2
know.
of 30.
2 of 30.
It's not good.
While one acts as a ingested poison of the GM's toys. So, okay. The tree vanishes after 1 hour. Picked fruits remain, retaining any magical magic for 30 days.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. So shriekers,
Shriekers,
fruit tree,
fruit tree.
screaming bunny.
Oh God! How did I come to this plane of existence? Help! Help! Oh God! Oh God!
And I'm trying to dramatically act in such a way that potentially guards will come forth.
Oh yeah, with the shriekers and stuff like that.
Sure.
They know what shriekers sound like.
Sure.
In terms of like that, it's like their fear is like a part of the Underdark might have like opened up in a breach in terms of like weird magic kind of nonsense.
Cool,
So
cool.
let's see how long it takes. I'm gonna roll a d4 real quick. Like how long does it take for someone to notice? Because these are guards. after
Sure.
all.
While I'm doing that, important to know, I want to draw something that looks like kind of the start of an incursion of a portal. Like I want to paint that.
Okay, so you're painting this. Okay,
Yeah,
in
that's-
preparation. Okay, like some sort of like breach, like a sinkhole happened or something like that.
something like
Okay,
that.
go to make a performance check.
Nice. That's a 25.
25. Okay, so 25. Okay, a full platoon of mountain goat, like large mountain goat, mounted
Can I have my
dwarves.
thing back?
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Okay. I
Right there.
can't see up there.
Yeah, sorry about that. A bunch of dwarves that are currently riding armored mountain goats that are
Yep.
currently just like from the mountain walls, like dwarven mountain like walls that have been made from the actual mountain that they shifted off and made this bordering city, gateway city that is currently nuzzled in between like raised mountain parts that turn into the volcano itself. Bound off the walls and literally a full platoon. So, how much is a platoon again?
124.
Yeah, so it's the entire,
128.
literally this entire south part of the city bounds off and start, because they hear shriekers, they see a random portal that they've drawn, they think something's coming through the Underdark. Yeah. You're screaming some random bunny person that they don't know.
Specifically, I want to be screaming in Sylvan.
Screaming in Sylvan, so they hear stupid fucking Fae talking.
Yeah.
which is weird on the
Magic trees
Sorry?
and
Yeah.
20 to 50 soldiers in the platoon.
Yeah, because 100 seemed a little high. 20 to 50. So we're going to say
36 is typical.
yeah, we're going to say 20 on the low side. 25, 20 soldiers come down and come to investigate. When they get there, you have time to hide and stuff like that before they get to you.
Oh no! As they approach, I'm going to like take what is very clearly a defensive stance with my 2 magic weapons that are not drawn.
Okay.
Like they're not active, but I have the what is essentially broken hilts in each hand, and I'm going to like in Sylvan and then very slowly in Common, like as they approach and see what's going on. I'm like, who are you? Where am I? How did this happen?
Before they even get within talking distance, several net launchers are launched at you as various hips come from the side and you hear thump, thump, thump as they spread out in various iron chains.
Cool. Phantom form.
Phantom form. This is iron. You're technically Fey.
I am not Fey. I come from Fey residence,
True.
but I am just not dead.
You're a humanoid still. You're
Yes.
technically still humanoid.
Also, it wouldn't be cold.
Very important.
It's not cold iron. It's just, it's like, iron is a common source. So,
Yeah.
and it's very malleable and stuff like that. In dwarves, they kind of like using it, even though it's very fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, gonna make a dexterity saving throw with advantage because of the form. Even if you get hit, actually, you don't even need to. Let's see if they actually hit you. So,
Okay. They might. Oh, that's with rolling a 5. That's a 21.
21. So, yeah. No.
Wow.
So, like, your leg gets hit, your upper torso gets hit, but you're still phantom form. So it kind of goes through you because you decide to choose them. And after 4 nets go off, they realize, okay, so they see a ghost now, and you hear, "No demonic, death, no!" And you notice that the iron goats are currently quite literally going in groups of pairs, and they break off to go around you, and they're currently getting ready to make some sort of assault, but are currently just running around because you didn't return fire or anything. They just see a ghost or anything, and I'm going to just do a perception check of like, all right, natural 14 plus. They're currently just like posted around and currently just in the distance, and they're looking around to see anything else. They're looking for like driders, they're looking for dark elves, they're looking for drow, they're looking for dwarves of darker skin nature kind of situation.
Dwarves of a different color.
Dwarves from a different mother, different color kind of situation. Yes, they're little races. And they're looking for like any other incursions of like they see the screechers.
So we
They
agreed
see
that it was
this
a hill,
hole.
like it was a southern accent for Fae.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
Bad
Bad
Sylvan.
Fae.
Bad
It was-
Fang.
Right.
Bad Sylvan.
Right. Okay.
It was Sylvan,
So,
right? Yes. It was
One of
Sylvan.
them
Using
Kinda stops and
that
gets
kind
about-
of accent
Yep.
to designate like me faking Bad Sylvan,
Uh-huh.
common mishmash. Do any of y'all speak common? I seem to have been trapped here.
And you're saying this in common.
I'm saying this in common with a Sylvan accent.
With a Sylvan bad Sylvan accent.
I
Okay.
lost my
So-
words.
One of them looks like the second in command, not the one in command, second in command. Probably because he's noticed that they do rock, paper, scissors.
Sure.
And he lost it. And
I wouldn't want to approach him in this situation.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So the second in command, a dwarven individual, was having a little trouble with a patchy beard work, either probably from a, bad casting of fireball in the face. But anyway, what happens at the bar stays at the bar. So he goes over with his armored, horned mount of a goat. He gets about 50 feet and goes, "What the fuck do you want?"
I want to get back home, but I am not sure that is possible. I am not sure how I got here. It appears to be through some mystical convergence of 2 planes that seems to be endangering your city and myself.
Really deception shit. That's a lot. You just
I think this bunny's full of shit.
I'm going to just say this. This guy has a mighty +2 on insight.
Okay, well that works out. Thank God that this is a thing for me, because that becomes a 16 with my talent.
Okay, he rolled a straight up 18.
Okay.
So that's a 20.
Sure.
Oh shit!
That's
So
Right,
yeah,
right through you.
yeah. He looks at you. There's a
He
solid.
knows that something is fucked up.
Yeah,
He doesn't
something
know
like,
what I'm
there's a
lying
solid
about.
10 seconds where like you hear the wind pass through. Like,
Yeah.
uh-huh. Who sent you?
I am under the employ of the Lord of Bitterfrost, but I do not believe that she would have sent me here. She has no interest in this realm, all other than the coming apocalypse that she is working to prevent, which is all fucking true.
Make a persuasion check. At disadvantage because you just lied to him.
Yeah.
I was just sketchy,
And he's treating you like a sketchy fucking
Sure.
ghost buddy.
and that's fine. I just
Ghost Bunny! Alright.
18.
18? Okay. Okay. Not terrible. Alright. And they don't open fire on the 18. So
I don't know what the fuck y'all
yeah,
are doing.
you're not in the city currently.
We're up there. So
I'm sitting
Yeah, I
there
know.
wondering.
We're still up there.
Wondering when
We're about ready to make the
it
leap.
stopped being a thing for me, and I'm just kind of accepting it.
We were about ready to
No,
take the
okay,
leap.
I know what he's
and
going to
you're
do.
doing this.
He brings up
We're-
a horn, and it's not one of those blasting horns. He actually begins to. It's a horn that has a wider nozzle at the end. It looks like a normal like goat horn, but it is like instead of like a blowing nozzle, it has a dwarven's face that's open, and he begins yelling into it. Not really yelling into it, but he's yelling loud. And he brings it up to his ear. And it begins speaking through the mouth, even though he's been yelling in the ears, a portion of that dwarven face, and you can hear dwarven coming through. But basically, it's just another way of communication of like a sending stone. It's just an ascending horn. And I'm going to flash back to you guys in the city. There's now 4 guards that are watching you. Yeah, because
Wait, hold on.
yeah, you
The poor
hear
guards
like,
that are watching us are eating popcorn because I walked around.
yeah, you hear in dwarf text specifically because I know you can speak
They're also
dwarvish.
tormentable
No,
now.
I used to be able to, but I don't have my
Sparks can
Sparks
speak.
can now speak
Sparks,
Dwarvish.
you speak dwarven now.
Because you have the belt.
You're learning all colorful sorts of
I don't
lingo
have the
right
belts
now.
anymore. I used to have the belt.
I don't think I have it anymore. I think I might have given that one away.
Uh-oh. Does anyone speak dwarven in this house?
I'm fairly certain I get rid of that and get it to it.
I've got a spell, but you don't want me using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have that anymore.
Okay, so there's dwarven that comes over from the guards that are inside the city that are listening to you. Basically, like a general inquiry of information in dwarvish, whatever that may be. And then one set of the dwarven guards walk over to Finley, because he seems to be the most reserved of the bunch. And
Also, he just gave them popcorn, so you know.
that is true, respect the food.
It's even, and it's bacon.
Respect the
It's,
snacks.
and it's bacon parmesan popcorn.
Ooh, getting
get
fancy
fancy.
in here. Anyway, Finley and this dwarven guard goes, hey, I reckon, so there's a general inquiry from another band outside the city. Something about a bunny folk that kind of goes ethereal sometimes. Currently screaming about a bunch of nonsense about the future of, everything going to shit.
Yeah,
Or lack of future.
You want to go deal with that at the front gates?
I can't do that.
Okay.
No,
Do you
none of
care
us
for
can.
her safety?
Yeah,
Do you care for yours?
The answer to that
Do
question
you
is
care if she
no.
gets arrested?
good luck.
He brings out horror. What it is, look. And you hear like a couple of guys. And
May the odds be ever in your
I just need to make
favor.
this clear. That wasn't a threat. That was a warning.
Look, if you're not willing to work with us, we're gonna have to.
No, I'm willing to work with you. Hi, I'm Finley or Finley.
He doesn't
or
shake your
Farlow,
hand.
whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Don't
recommend
shake.
any hostile actions against the bunny.
I wouldn't
currently
recommend any
screaming.
sudden actions in
She's
presence
currently
of the
screaming.
She's not screaming. The mushrooms are screaming.
She's screaming about a portal open up from dimensions and everyone's at risk.
Yeah,
I mean,
What is this? What am I supposed to report?
take it to your superiors, I assume.
Okay. He replies back something in Dwarven. Back to you, Todd. Yeah. And you hear like this weird like
Sorry, that was me coming in. That's an Eck dialect. It happens.
Dialect.
and you hear,
Dialect. Come on, guys.
what the fuck is your name?
Can I make an insight check on the exchange that
Sure.
just happened? Like, is the jig up, essentially?
Go ahead, yeah.
And gone.
16.
16. So a response came back, and some sort of information came in. You're basing intelligence. I'm going to say that he communicated to various different personnel across the city, across 2 different cities. Basically, did anyone recognize a bunny person? Essentially, so
And
odds are.
information, like, specifically, he asked into Hartkern. I don't even care about the
Got it.
Yeah, whatever. The place we are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care about the bunny aspect. Do I know that they got information back from the city?
100%. Because there
Okay,
was different
cool.
voices that communicated backwards of literally 16
sure.
different command.
And I'm just gonna like,
Hi, I'm Todd. Sorry. I'm Todd. And, everything I said was true. This is something of a ruse. These shriekers here, they actually came from a bag of beans. You guys know about bag of beans? They're very cool.
I don't like beans.
I'm not a big fan either, but they grew the mushrooms and the tree.
Oh, like bag of. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So same page. What's happening right now is I have co-workers. Yeah, that's the
He
friendliest.
gets off
type of-
his mount and starts walking over.
yeah. And, like, these are put away and whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
You know,
have
so
co-workers that are massively
Shriekers are still going off.
Yeah.
Hold on. He takes off his cloak and throws it over the shriekers to basically shut him up.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I have coworkers that are massively complicating the situation.
Yeah, we
in
got
the
a
city.
couple of weird information about a bunch of workers. Fucking weirdos. Oh,
We've been
and
upgraded from acquaintances.
a bunch of weirdos that's with actually a bit of a celebrity in there. Yeah. Anyway, so
Okay,
why?
you do know that celebrity is not indicative of capability. You know what? That's not important. So
It
here's
was a good show. All right.
here's the thing. There is actually an apocalypse forthcoming,
Oh,
and
you're one of those
no,
churchgoers, aren't you?
dear God, no. I would love to have no knowledge of the gods whatsoever because they suck and
Preach it, sister.
they want super stupid things.
Oh.
No, what happened is so I used to work for this woman, Nicholas, and
Wow!
So we're gonna roll a d4 on how many hours.
I like to say that I've got it down to an hour unless people ask questions.
Well, yeah, because the other dwarves are gonna come in and go. I have questions. I came in about halfway. Here.
3
Sorry,
hours.
hold on. I need a drink for this.
3
No, I
hours
get
ago.
it. Actually, hold on.
And I like slam down the cozy hole and come back out
The
with my
commander is-
cocktail shaker.
The commander calls in, and all right,
And
I
so-
will have my popcorn cart.
And so the cult of Todd begins.
I have 0 followers. I am far too
Make a
grounded.
persuasion check with advantage because you brought alcohol. And
15
39.
plus 23.
20? Wow. Okay, so you hear a couple other dwarven commands over common that you definitely hear. Who the fuck is drinking on the job? And you hear the 2 people. And you hear, I am.
That'll be more likely someone isn't.
Who isn't? Am I right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of dwarves and stuff like that. So you just hear them going back and forth in dwarven, and they're like, basically they smooth the things over. There's no incursion. There's a bunch of fucking shriekers and nothing more. And
Yeah.
so weird bunny, but in dwarven they go back and forth. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You continue your thing.
And basically, I just want to get to the point of like, you guys are in no immediate danger, but in about 5 to 6 years, we're saying 5 on the safe end.
There is absolutely going to be an explosion within the volcano due to an elemental titan that is going to be consumed by a Tarrasque, and that is going to cause the Tarrasque to be born. This is something that was caused by interdimensional bullshit, and I'm sorry that you're suffering for it. I really am. Same boat. Like, I don't want to be here either. And
roll 2 more d4 real quick.
Look, this is a good
You guys
friend.
want to make a perception check real quick, as you guys are currently just.
Where's
I
Todd?
don't do. Maybe a grub pop halt. A grub crawl. Fuck
Pub
my
crawl.
language.
Pub crawl.
Pub crawl too. Yeah.
Crawl grub.
do you care about them individually, or do you want the total?
Total.
4.
4? Oh, that's pretty good. So over the next 4 hours, they take you to a couple other superiors, because with a persuasion of 23, they don't really know you. You have no influence of Cardoon,
Right.
but they're treating you with a moderate, like, well, look, you gave us good alcohol, you made some good drinks. We'll get you to a
And,
couple of commanding officers of, like, you. It sounds like you believe that there's a legitimate threat, but at the same time, they're city guards of, like,
Sure.
you're telling us that we can't repel the forces that is coming, that is in theory with no proof. It's just like hearsay kind of stuff.
Yeah.
26 perception.
26 perception. So at the end of the 3-4 hours, you're guided back into Gardun, because it's involving Gardun and thing that dropped into the city, involving information about the cultist fanatics that try to take over the 14 districts for mysterious purposes. It was dealt with. The bodies have already been cleaned up and everything, because they're not going to leave bodies all over the place. And you're currently speaking to.
That's so great. Like, in terms of germ management, like, I really respect that you guys are making those choices.
Yeah,
Although, you know.
We're low class, but we respect the blue collar, right?
I'm just focusing so hard on not looking
Yeah.
at the guardrail axe.
Yeah, like literally, it's just giant stairways with like pathways that are like just fucking drops into oblivion. And it's like just dwarven architecture. at
Like,
its finest.
any time that the persuasion is dropping in, like, effectiveness, it's because I, like, start going off.
And, you know, really, this is just a mask.
So over the course of the 4 hours, you guys see that see
Pass by the
Todd.
Virgin Warrior.
Yeah. And it's kind of easy to see Todd, because it's literally a group of like 4 dwarves that are currently walking you to where you need to go inside of Gardun, with a bunny at the center. It's very easy to, like, oh, there she is kind of situation, because it's like very unique of like.
And, like,
personnel-wise.
anytime someone asks me a question, I, like, float up and face them.
Oh yeah,
flying
you can fly.
backwards.
So you're very much like a Cupid kind of situation, just floating around. So you guys see her, and she's currently bringing it over to like the 3rd layer to one of the. And I'm just not going to roleplay this kind of situation, but you get to speak to one of the acting.
As we pass these guys, I, like, wave at
Yeah.
Finley, but
You're speaking
Yeah,
to
wait,
one.
you trying to ignore whatever the fuck bullshit this gets to.
You actually speak
What
to
if we get a
another.
large wooden badger?
And funny enough, you speak to another member of the Marble Jaw
Rubber's
family, of the Marble Jaw household. Yeah, this is commanding officer, commander in chief of the current, basically, majority of the security staff that is in charge of Gardun, not the armies that is in, different categories kind of thing. This is Commander Marblejaw, and he takes.
this
in-
is the guy who'd be in charge of evacuation plans.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that kind of person, and that's what you want to speak to. And he takes everything like, I understand that you're saying all this, but understand that it's a lot of hearsay. And then you guys join in at the same time,
And, like, to prove points, I'm like, any memories that I have in my lantern that reinforce things, I'm showing the full. And I know that it's not like
this
full.
is part of the 23 thing.
Yeah.
You can sense there's a little bit like begrudging, like fucking fey magic, like they can't really trust that kind of stuff.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking fey magic. And they see it. They see that you're like, this is reinforcing your truth, but at the same time, they need more than just this to say, okay, everyone, pack it up, let's get out of here. Of like a bunch of dwarves in a mountain and saying that this is their fucking land.
Right.
So.
Well, we can also just
Like even
take
the
the
king,
city and move it
even
somewhere
the
else.
high dwarven king. Sorry, not high king anymore. They correct us. Sorry, not high king. The sire king, Onyx Toe. Sorry, sire king Onyx Toe is currently like he would have trouble telling people get the fuck out of the city.
Can we just move the city?
So,
What?
Why don't we just move to city?
Okay, before that question gets asked, please. When we're speaking to the correct person,
Yeah.
I would like to pull out a new coin that I have. And I would like to...
Is it this coin?
Yes.
So that coin is extremely worn because it's in the raw place of all fate. It's entangled right now.
Okay.
One thing that is tied and inevitable. That is the
Damn,
new
that's a card and a half.
Okay,
Yeah.
is the thing
That's
that I
an
want to
item?
use still on?
It's a freaking packet.
most likely.
Okay, cool.
That's
the
a,
thing that I want
that's
to
a
use
single
is still on
magic
there.
item that
So
has like a
other one-
double-sided.
See his? Calm your shit.
That is 4 pages of a magical item.
Actually, I
Okay.
think that one's bigger than mine.
So I'm gonna pull out
Yes,
a
it
coin
is.
and I'm going to roll it along my fingers and I'm going to cast Legend Lore
My
Okay.
magic
on
item
the
is
coming
bigger than
apocalypse.
On the
And
coming-
it is spoken aloud in the echo of souls that have traveled the river of Styx.
So interesting query on this one. So
Boom,
legend-
bitch!
yes.
I have legend lore.
Get out the way!
Oh,
Get out the way!
so you begin speaking your query, and how do you word your query?
Wait!
To the
Someone is intruding on my intellectual ism. Wait! My idiom is being threatened.
Dude,
Oh, fuck.
dude, I get you, bro. I get you.
God.
That's what I deal with.
That's
I deal with that every hour of every day.
So, what is your query in specific? Before I continue.
I need to pull
Meanwhile,
legend
I'm writing
lore.
down
I did not
this
realize
plan
that there
about
was a
planting
specific
beans,
format.
building a giant wooden badger, dropping Eck into the hole inside the badger, hoping that the elemental titan likes the badger enough that he places it by the egg where he found it with like little keepsakes, and then
All right,
just
so
takes the
so
egg out.
then we're gonna need
So
to
you
hold
need
a
to
general
find-
election.
So first you find. So you
and-
first need to find
And we need to
fireproof
like
wood.
not certify the voters.
Didn't think about the wood. Random notes.
So this is you, Finley, saying that as you're being led into the security office of Commander Marblejaw.
You realize-
I like your plan with the giant badger, but where are we gonna get the wood? It needs to be fireproof.
Stones, giant stone
Giant
badger.
stone badger.
Shape stones.
Okay.
Badger.
Shape stone.
Name or describe a person, place, or object. Fuck, what's the name of this place again? Sorry.
Gardoon.
Gardoon. I finally learned Hartkern, and now that's the only fucking name in my head. It took me a year, and now I'm just
Now,
like, that's the only
You
city
haven't
in
been
town.
in Gardoon in real life for like 5 years.
Right.
Like, so it's like, no problem. We're
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I am going to name the coming destruction of Gardoon.
The coming disruption, which is a legend and more of a myth status kind of situation. So, legend lore, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to say it's not going to work.
It is a legend.
A legend that happened in a different universe that is connected through not Todd, but these fuckers over here.
Sure.
Not Finley. Finley's
High
a
five, it's not our fault.
Literally,
We are the
I'm
constants.
just a fella.
So,
we are the constant in this
Go and roll a
scenario.
D100. You
We
want
are constants.
higher the better. And yes, luck can come to this as well.
Did I have luck?
Hey, look.
Is that one of the things on this? I don't fucking know. That's so long. The campaign's gonna be over by the time I understand this item, guys. There's...
Nice.
89.
Okay.
I am
So,
not gonna risk
first of all-
rerolling either of those.
So at 50%, it would have went off.
Mm-hmm.
At 60%, it would have been more accurate. At 80 what?
89.
89? Okay, it's not completely accurate because different universes, but
Sure.
it will read off the legend lore of a different universe. As the coin flies out of your hand, strikes the forehead of Vedek,
Ow! God!
and sticks to him, and you hear the echoing of various souls of distant universes that did not exist, and you can't get it off right now.
You know where like immediately there's a screwdriver. You just
As it's using a little bit of your prophecy seer capability.
oh god, it's starting to burn. It's starting to burn.
Fennec, I got you.
And you
I can
hear
use
the
my
voices.
beak as like a can opener.
There, go ahead.
Ah.
Get rid of the water.
React you want to expected.
So somehow, with the combined efforts of another other universe person and another universe person, all combining, like trying to get this coin off, combining all the points, it somehow resonates enough vocal energy to get out past his bullshittery.
I'm standing with the doors,
the
just going like, yeah, this is
skull-
just what happens.
This is totally normal. Watch it. They're working.
They're working. All they see is a guy, the kobold arms from behind a portal, screaming and yelling. It looks like him just biting his head off. Right? All they can see is the.
I'm not saying don't worry about it. Right? I'm saying that this is
The
normal.
voice begins to speak, and it speaks like so. The ever hunger shall rise from the pits of dwarves, from feast
Gross.
to destruction to explosions. All shall burn and turn to ash and feed the ever hunger more. Disaster is destined, disaster shall reign. Only those that flee will live to see the next day. The ending is not clear even of your universe because you did not see it to its end.
Sure.
Because it does not tell the future.
Also, I
But
wasn't there.
Exactly. But it tells of a legend of a different universe, which is technically the future of yours.
What about the devil demon thing and the plant and all that other fun stuff that
It
might
can be couched in as flowery of language as it wants to be.
Yes. It gives legend lore of the creature of the Tarrasque that will set it off. The plant, based off of
His name
its
is
information.
And I was very specific. This is about the destruction of this city.
Exactly. So it's not about like the entire situation with the Tarrasque. It doesn't tell the future. It tells a legend. And the legend of the destruction of Galbun is a legend in a universe that doesn't exist. In 89, that's all the information I will give.
Yep.
However, Vedic,
What?
roll a d20. You know what? Yeah, roll a d20. Let me know if you roll a 1.
Just waiting for this
Oh
bullshit.
boy, here we go. Dun dun dun.
15.
So 15.
That is a 15.
15? Okay. I'll give you one body part for that. I'm going to roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
One body part.
6, 7,
That's gonna be fun.
8, 9, 10.
I think
Roll a d10, please.
Oh, God.
That could be fun.
Oh boy, where
Ladies
are
and
we?
gentlemen, as caught. Look at this.
You're
Wow. Do that again, I dare you.
Look again.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
You couldn't do that more perfectly.
I couldn't.
You let it
I
set on
couldn't,
side.
Dad.
It's like, wow.
Vedic, you get this
Oh,
premonition.
Jesus Christ.
You get this premonition of the body part of the...
What?
The head?
And I'll form the head. I'm kidding.
No, you get the premonition of basic understanding of a Tarrasque head that is imported through Legend Lord into your mind.
Are you shitting
With the
me?
combina-
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you
I did
shitting
that.
me?
I did that.
As the coin flicks off and begins to roll on your fucking forehead, almost like burrowing into your fucking skull as it rolls.
I'm about to get much bigger and much angrier.
It's like
As your vestige
I
goes
like
off on your
Put my arm in front
shoulder,
of the doors and just back them up a little bit.
you feel time magic taking over your body, and you see your seer sight take over once again as a true seer gold dragon. And then the coin,
it'll all be over soon. It'll all be over soon. It'll be over soon.
and
Jesus.
after a full minute of that
Fuck
full
me.
like presentation thing, and the dwarves are going like literally winds picking up, papers flying all over the place. Heck, Sparks and Vedic lift off the sky a tiny bit, and like in the old land, and the and literally the coin ricochets off and lands in your hand.
What the
It's
hell was
rolling
that?
over your knuckles.
The whole thing is about coin
What the
tricks.
fuck just happened?
That was weird for me.
And why does my
I'm trying
tongue?
my
why-
best to record
I
anything
would
that
like to
happened
point
there,
out
and
you've
it's
been
just
saying
nonsense.
that.
Are you shitting me?
We're the Silver Menagerie. We're
They're
supposed to
gonna
be
think
weird.
I was
That was weird.
Why is my tongue numb?
And that's raw Tarrasque, not plant infused or anything.
Yeah, I get it.
What?
Oh, Tarrasque. What?
Vedic what?
So you see, it's really important, and like this isn't a pressing
Is this like
concern,
a
but
thing we can
sometime
talk
over the
about
next 5 years.
It's
For the
this stuff of
Like he's doing that.
I
They're
just
having
fucking
theirs.
ordered this place, man!
Oh, I'm sorry. Here,
And I just like end up with a stack of papers
Yeah, it's
taller than me.
unorganized, and so like, well, I mean, that's a start. This is gonna take all night.
you don't.
if you want to hand me papers and I'll put them away, like I
No,
don't know
they're
your
confidential.
system.
You can't look at
That's
these.
fair. Yeah, that's.
Ugh.
I'm really good at spacing out. You've heard him talk. It's.
We are talking. I've seen. I mean, I knew, but if I'd known, I just.
Vedic, I have a very serious question. Do
that very much.
Do you need a muffin right now?
God, yes. Do you have Scotch muffins?
I
Oh
have.
no! My mother actually makes some of those Scotch muffins. He like takes out like a heavy dwarven like lunchbox to go.
You mug this man. All right.
And I pull out my
All right.
I pull out my tankard, my tankard of plenty, fills up and just
Oh, thank the
filling back. Oh,
thank the dwarven gods.
sorry.
Down
Sorry, that was for you, but
No. I'll
he's
stick with the
apparently more
muffin,
thirsty.
and I need
So when
my.
you say Scotch muffin, you're
Pipe.
not saying like Scotch egg. You're saying like muffin of.
I mean, if you want to deep fry it, but yeah, you're right.
I feel
kinda
like
cool.
that would. I can.
That'd be kind of
That
cool.
actually sounds kind of good.
Guys,
Alright, so-
I have an experiment.
He's eating a muffin.
Scotch, but
God, now I want a Scotch.
Oh God! Can you tell the people outside that some of the fruit on the tree may be poison? I completely.
It's like some of the dwarves that were falling with you. Like,
Luckily, they have resistance to poison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works. That's
Some
right.
might be magic and some might be poison.
Yeah, so
and
I
I'm
love that you remember that, like.
So only one of them is poison. So right now, the four
That's only a 4-year-old.
Todd doesn't know the intricacies of the tree. Like it's a very basic
It's
understanding.
one out of the 33.
It's like, oh, I forgot one of the fruits was poisons.
So you hear one of the dwarves that came with you that were eating this fruit actively because it's like,
Yeah, it's fruit. Like why wouldn't you?
yeah, you know, get your greens
Get a
once
cleric on
a
it,
year
you're
kind of
fine.
thing.
Get a cleric
And
and fine.
it's usually fruit, you know. It's like fuck yeah. And a couple of them, like he, like one of them bit into it, and he like literally his skin turned completely stone. He's like, oh shit, yeah! And like a couple of them like started punching him. He's like, I don't feel anything, man.
Okay, so that would be a magic potion one. That's not what I'm worried about. There's a
Stone
poison.
skin.
Oh, it's too late. They're already eating the rest
No,
of it.
the fruit has been eaten. You do hear over like the horn and Dwarven.
If I could pay for the lesser restoration on that, man, I'm so sorry.
So that's a background thing.
Yeah.
Basically, it's in Dwarven. He's just like, I don't feel so good, guys. That was
Half
bad
this campaign
fruit.
is just shit happening. In
So hold on. Can we circle back? What did you learn?
Yeah. All right. So Vedic is sitting there.
Sorry.
Vedic is sitting there with a Scotch muffin, a Scotch, and his pipe.
That flavored like scotch.
I'm assuming Mei-chan is currently holding.
Yeah, holding the Scotch. All right. So
Oh, I thought I was holding the muffin.
I need to be very, very clear.
That's determined.
And I'm going to cast minor illusion to give just sort of like the view of what I have seen. This is not. I mean, I knew that this would be a world-ending calamity, but I didn't understand, and now I do. And I'm just going to show just the picture of this Tarrasque head, and this head is fully 100 feet wide.
What?
That's the mouth that we're dealing with. We're not dealing.
The minor illusion. It's a small illusion, but in terms of like it gives like the actual like scaling of like different
Right.
people.
You don't understand.
Several.
You are all interfering with my exposition.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Distracted by the bananas.
By the way, I'm taking my lunch break, everyone. Take your lunch break too, so you haven't.
So,
All the other dwarf guards are currently eating their fucking food.
magic will be all but useless against this thing.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to have to kill it the old-fashioned way, but it's going to deal a whole lot of damage, and we're going to have to protect ourselves against lots and lots and lots of things. This is a roar. A little Godzilla roar. This is a roar that will be heard across the planet.
What?
Will it be heard across planes?
Yes, that too.
Oh, that's upsetting.
It's the first time Todd
will
appears to pull
magic
judges
against,
in the shit.
but will magic for help?
No.
Magic for us.
No.
So, like, for example, a potion of invulnerability.
If I made it, maybe. We're talking like I
Like
will
a
only have a
bullshit
small
insight
handful of
check.
defenses.
Make an insight check. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you saying that you are going to be completely useless in this fight?
No, I am a giant golden. Have you seen the size of my head?
It's
Yes, I
have.
have. And not every kobold is servicing the same size of weapon, alright?
The point is that this thing will be immune to magic, and it will destroy and devour our magic. It has a roar, which will send continents screaming into insanity.
What when you mean by swallow magic, what do you really mean? I mean,
Vedic,
like, does that mean like magic
persuasion check
weapons
real
and
quick?
magic armor and magic
Go on and make a
items?
wisdom saving throw because you just learned the
Alright,
horrors of this creature.
Saving
Like
throws.
part of its creature, not all of it.
So far I've got
I'm
large.
not ready for this shit.
Big, big roll.
So the wisdom saving throw is a 19.
Now I understand
No
why people
magic
just shunted
and
into different
comedy.
planes.
And
You want to re-roll that wisdom saving throw.
I did.
Are you going to stick with a
Is there
19?
any more to the heads?
Sure.
Need to know.
Okay.
I'm immune to a lot of shit, sure.
Are you immune to fear?
Yes.
Oh, then you're fine. This is still rattling to your core. Like,
Yeah, sure.
Wait, one moment, guys.
And the persuasion, I rolled a natural 20.
Holy shit.
25, which brings me to 26.
And honestly, this is...
No, you're only extra 20, so it'd be plus.
So,
No, it's
honestly,
26. Yes.
20,
His
25
plus one.
brings me to 26.
He has +1.
Okay.
yeah, he's not a persuasion guy.
Is my dumb stat, let's be clear.
So, Vedic, failing this wisdom saving throw,
Right.
even you're immune to fear.
Strange.
Todd, you're doing insight, and you've done your insight. This is the one time that he's not cracking jokes.
I've got little pictures. What do you want, Muppets?
No, this is the
You
first
said
time.
a potion if I made it, and I made an insight check to see if that was Vedic ego bullshit.
Oh, no, that's literally, maybe if I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is being 100% to his truth of like this is real. You thought your fight was difficult with the Shadow Monarch. This is
I did.
yeah. Okay. You understand.
Shit, this changes a lot.
No, I'm
Like,
saying
there's a lot
like,
of stuff I.
That's not a good scale for me. That
Yes.
fight was largely just like vengeance and bullshit.
Yes, but you
But
understand in terms
He
of like
said echo across planes. I
I'm glad
take
it was
that
siege
seriously.
weapons.
yes.
Like there's
That's
no comparable
yeah.
fight for Todd.
All right, so for reference, just talking. Now keep in mind, Nick said that this is the unaugmented version. So, the Tarrasque emits a roar that can be heard across the entire plane, causing one of the following effects of its choice in a 300-foot radius sphere centered on the Tarrasque: big damage, a shriek, a wisdom saving throw, or permanently frightened. Or the roar shatters the very fabric of magic. Each spell or magical effect of 8th level or lower in the effect immediately ends. By the way, that's most of my defenses.
That's the
I have a very
entirety
important
of me.
question.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
because Tanya doesn't know
Scares,
this.
Weapon, every
When
defensive item.
magical pigments
Better
are
bring it.
made
My
manifest,
It's still magical.
okay.
Do you
Yeah,
know
it's still
how
magical.
powerful my arc is?
Do
And you
those
can
count
withstand that?
as whatever?
What if I
it's
just
at?
shut down mid-fight?
I would say yes, unless it formed the one living creature of Uvana. It's one of those weird things of like how long, in terms of magical effects, it stays as a magical effect until some
It's not
story
the end of the world.
So yes,
it is the end of the world, but
unless
it's not the end of the world.
specific
It's the end of this world. It's just its head.
Guys, that throws my chicken plan out the window.
I'm sorry. Wait, I don't remember a chicken plan. Can we go back?
That's why I don't know. I'm sorry. This is a very specific notebook.
Giant spherical chickens, right?
Wait, I have an idea. All right.
No.
We
They were
take
gonna
a bunch.
do the one copper chickens, because the one copper you keep it a whole lot of them in
We-
a jar.
We take a bunch of starjammers and we float them over the top of the tracks.
Do you
And
have
we
a bunch of stars?
Dump out a bunch of turkeys.
Actually, weirdly,
No,
yes.
I think maybe they've already done that a long time.
Weirdly, yes, but also weirdly, what are you doing?
I don't get what you're referencing, but I can tell you're referencing something.
We're not air dropping
It's a
turkeys.
50-foot wide maw.
What?
The mouth.
You know how tall I am?
Yeah. So
This is bad.
IRL, that's 10 tons.
50 feet.
This is bad because I would be a jawbreaker.
No, you wouldn't.
You be a
You
pill.
would be swallowed. You're a sprinkle, my guy.
You are the size of a sprinkle. You are a literal sprinkle.
Spherical chicken.
Spherical chickens.
You will taste like a sprinkle. You will crush like a sprinkle.
Big-
You are a sprinkle.
Big jar,
Large
spherical chicken.
We are so
Large
fucked. Why are we
No,
here?
big jar.
Big jar.
This is just the
You
head.
know, sir, I thought that we have this, like, oh yeah, we can do this, no problem. We got this. It's gonna be a little hard, but just hearing that, the
I
bar.
to banish
Does-
myself. I don't know why
does it-
you guys thought we got this.
So, Vedic, you also know that there are other body parts just like that.
Sure.
Just that.
No, it's not floating the head.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's not floating the
So
head.
you understand that there's the body, the leg, the tail.
I assume it
the
has more than
claws.
one.
You mean legs, not
We need to
tail.
dismember this bitch.
You understand that this is also not the worst case scenario
It's
of
head.
a mythic class. You
jar
know
of spherical
that you've prevented the mythic class.
We prevented the worst case scenario. So practical upshot. Looking at this, it means
This is plan A, right?
Yeah.
it is still
Response,
susceptible
but-
to. Okay, so keeping in mind that we don't know what an illithid version of this is because it's been enhanced by illithids.
It's a demon Tarrasque. So yes.
But
No.
according to
Some of that
this
got
version,
undid.
according to this version, it can still be influenced by mental effects. Not a lot of them, but some.
Which is why the
Alright.
devil infused mind controlling plant was the one thing that could control.
Because it's what's its like?
What would happen if we start dismembering this thing and I pull out a
You want to try cutting off 100-foot long neck?
I imagine, if I had to guess,
It gets a minor cut.
I pulled out a blade
Regeneration.
and said and asked the question, and it's a double-handed.
I have
Oh.
answered your question.
Yeah, that's why.
I said,
That's why I
you
love
get
it.
eaten and it has a minor cut.
You've
along
never
the
seen
spine.
this blade before.
You think it
What
would
happened?
be-
Describe the blade you're currently
We
holding.
have seen that one before.
This
I
blade-
love it for a reason.
All right, so this blade is a completely silver blade. Everything looks very silver. It almost has its own sheen glow to it.
Oh, and there's also the stomachs.
right? So that's where I was actually going with this. But again, I'll let David do
Sorry.
his thing.
And it'd be interesting to try dealing with your two rods of immobility or
I promise this thing can make that saving.
It's a
That
strength
next
30.
check.
It's a strength 30.
this blade here, so I understand. If I can give a good strike to a wound upon a limb, I might take a limb.
That's not a horrible.
I suspect.
And this is a gleaming silver blade that almost looks like a mirror to
Where
it.
the fuck did you get a Vorpal blade? When did you get a Vorpal blade?
How did you get a horrible blade?
All right, ignoring that
I've
for a
been,
moment.
just like you, Vedic, I've been saving shit.
All right, that seems fair. All right, so,
Pulls out all
I
the stops
suspect-
when we fight fucking liches. Like, you guys are just holding
I
shit in the
suspect-
back.
I just
we are going to have to
Okay.
get into this thing
so
and
we
attack
got-
its internal organs,
or
heart,
bright
brain,
chickens
something
in a
like
jar
that,
for plan
lungs.
A on
Where this
top.
is going to be a.
X plan A is stab it. So far, this is got it.
It's big.
I'm not liking our chances, so let's keep brainstorming.
Sorry. What's that? Did you
Its
say?
armor is useless and imperceptible on the outside. Let me go at it from the inside.
I suspect that we are going to have to both fight it and distract it from the outside, but also we are going to have to go inside to kill it.
Can I be
Fighting
on
it from
the outside?
Fighting it from the outside. No, you actually want to be the one on the inside.
So at this
I
point,
want to be the one in the shadow, fell. I don't know what you're talking about.
for everyone that has proficiency in it, no. If you have proficiency, you can roll it. If you have expertise, you will get additional information regardless of what you roll. Well, rolling will be different. In either history or survival.
I need it.
Are we rolling history or survival, both of us?
History or survival, only if you're proficient in it. If your expertise,
If only had
no.
neither of those.
So what?
I don't have proficiency in either of those.
Then you will not know anything.
28, baby.
I already
History.
knew that.
History and his expertise?
No.
No. Okay. Regular.
Survival 18, expert.
Survival 18, expert. Quinn is not here right now. So, you
Quinn's
two
the
will know
problem.
this. So, with survival, you know creatures. This thing is a monstrosity to the point that it's described with there's the head to mythical class proportions, and it's not even a mythical class Tarrasque. That's the scary part. This thing will go incredibly fast. And if it's able to just roar and destroy magic, being inside of it, with the combined efforts of you with history and you with survivability, it probably consumes raw magic itself. And with
That
your,
would be the magic items that are
we
imbued
have
upon
silence?
us.
including those, it would probably begin even affecting your vestiges
Yes.
themselves.
Oh,
For
really?
history, let me
go ahead.
finish. With
No, it's
hi-
relevant to the rolls.
Okay.
I'm learning an item. So I just quick. Did either of you roll below a 10?
No.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Continue.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So, gotcha.
Yeah.
And with a 20 what?
28.
28. So DC 25, you know that even gods fear being consumed by a Tarrasque.
Well, sure.
Now, will it destroy them? That's irrelevant.
But there's a
Gods
memory.
of
There's a
all-
smell you're never going to get out.
Gods of all Pantheon levels fear the maw of a Tarrasque. If you're going to go inside of this thing, don't expect to come out.
We're not going in.
We might have to.
We could. Yes, but.
That is
we-
currently history of history books of anyone that went inside of this thing.
Wow.
Writing underneath X plan A of going inside it, crossing that out. Got it. Okay.
Start writing these on the fucking whiteboard, man.
Tarrasque, do not enter.
Tarrasque.
Either
Exit
end.
only.
And honestly, at this point, as the gravity of the situation is going in, I think we're going to take a small break.
Excellent.
As you guys
You're drawing a spherical.
You decide what to
positive
do?
banishment scroll.
possible, it's very plausible to look outside of raw conflict.
Oh, I meant leaving.
Oh, yeah, it's like, later, bitches.
she cast management on herself.
Make the wisdom saving throw. I failed.
I'm smart, so I don't.
Exactly. But yeah, you have less than 6 years to make whatever plans and whatever preparations to attempt to fight an army of devils.
Oh, I forgot about them. They were sort of
An army of
inconsequential.
devils with a plant infused with the devil somewhere in this world right now, currently waiting for his chance to strike and control.
Can we try and kill the plant? Is that a thing we can do?
Very possible. Very possible. You are in control right now, which gives you the dreaded power of your own fate. And if you fuck up, it's on you. Till next time, everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
That was a muted goodbye.
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, together we roll. I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll. The gods look down on us, we're just a game to them. Eldritch monstrosities at their unholy whim. But we will stand up, we'll shout a battle cry. The future beckons us and we'll stand unified. There's something coming and it's coming fast. We won't be frightened by the dead hand of the past. We are the warriors with sword in hand, and here we make a stand. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, together we roll. I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for